Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Plaster Dragon. Hope everybody is having a good night.
Might want to mute that.
That's all right.
Audio works.
You might be hearing a little feedback in your ears right now. It means you've had a little too much to drink. But don't worry, that also means that you are in the right place. Welcome to the very first inaugural episode of what I hope will be a long-standing show experience here at the Plaster Dragon. Welcome to Drunken Dread. I am Billy McCoy. I will be your DM for tonight's game, or Drunken Master. And I have a bunch of players here joining me here at the sofa and here at this little booth in the bar, and that looks surprisingly a lot like my living room. Let's go around the horn and introduce ourselves. So.
I don't really know what information I'm
You
giving.
can just say your name.
I am John. I am also in the Chosen Family campaign as Reardon. I am terrified. I am very loud. However, I did my best to lose my voice before the stream, so that way it wouldn't be blowing out anyone's eardrums. And I'm probably going to be doing a decent majority of the drinking tonight.
That's perfect, John.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Let's give him a little something to build on.
Exactly. Yeah. We gotta
Go
make
ahead,
it.
Trey.
My name is Tracy. You can see me in Chosen Family campaign on Mondays and Wicked on Tuesdays. And I've never played this before, and I'm so excited.
Trevor.
Hello, everybody. My name's Trevor. I will be playing the character of Trevor. I'm very excited to be playing this game, as it is a game that I'm going to play right now. So I'm very excited to play this game that I'm excited to play because I'm excited to play this game. Thank you.
And a man who needs no introduction.
There you go. So why intro?
Just go ahead and do it.
I'm Brian, known as the Plaster Dragon on the channel. I'm the DM of Chosen Family, the DM of Something Wicked. I'm bad at Jenga and bad at drinking, so of course they put me into this game. This should be a lot of fun. If you're betting on who's going to knock over the tower, the smart money's on me.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Dread, shall we? I realized early on that we had the Plaster Dragon. The Plaster Dragon is a tavern. It's this little virtual tavern where we can all come together and play games and talk, but we didn't have any drinking games set up. And I set about rectifying that. I had learned about I learned about the Dread RPG system, and I had been a huge fan of it, had never played a game. I actually even talked to Trevor about this, I think in passing, about how there was this cool system where it's all about collaborative storytelling, and that instead of using dice or instead of having a piece of paper, all you needed was your imaginations and a Jenga tower. And I'm like, this is amazing. We should play a game of Dread. But how do we make it better? How do we reinvent the wheel, Trevor? Well,
I believe I can answer that.
Yeah.
With a shitload of drinking.
with a shitload of drinking, viewers out there. So here's how you play Dread. Dread is a system where these 4 people will be going on a bit of a horror adventure tonight. I will be leading them on this adventure. Now, anytime one of their characters attempts to do something that's outside the normal realm of expectations for something that they would be able to do, normally what you would do is you would pull, using only one hand, a brick from the Jenga tower. Now, the only time their character can die is when the tower gets knocked over. The tower begins to represent horror and hope. There's a sense of dread that begins to sink into all of the players here. Now, I thought it'd be interesting what if we introduced another element to that? So I reached out to the creator of this game on Twitter, Epidia Ravachol, and thank you so much for reaching out to me and speaking with me. And he gave me his favorite drink, which is rye whiskey. So yeah, if you want to grab the bottle, John. So I have a bunch of shots poured out of, I believe it's Woodford Reserve rye whiskey. And the players will now have the option of, instead of pulling a brick, taking a shot instead, causing a little bit of their dexterity to go slower, down, as the night, or a lot, depending on if you're a lightweight or a heavyweight. But that is the system that we are introducing into Drunken Dread. So, all of that being said, let's get into tonight's game, which I have titled Yes and. Now, you viewers at home, you probably recognize some of these players if you've seen the Chosen Family campaign, or you might recognize Brian or Plaster Dragon from any of the number of campaigns. Tracy has done a couple of, you play Fiasco, Chosen Family,
Wicked is
Something Wicked. So, but what you don't know, good viewers, is that we all started and kind of met each other and grew up together doing improv with a group called the Maniacs. And we love doing improv, and while you may not have seen the shows that we've done or know anything about the Maniacs, I'm sure a lot of you out there, hey Toasty, a lot of you out there have done community theater, or probably have a friend that's done community theater. So we're going to base a little bit of this adventure in a community theater that we all know and love. So we're doing a show. Everybody here, we're doing the show, and we're actually doing the most current show that the Maniacs, our improv show, is doing. We're doing the Halloween in July show, right?
I thought you were going to say we're doing the show that Moonlight was doing. And
No. We're doing the Halloween show. We're doing the show. So
This is the story of the Halloween show.
This is the story of the Halloween show.
Oh, no.
Yes.
And you don't know about this, but the Maniacs have, and we're going to get a little meta on you, the Maniacs, our improv troupe, actually has a Facebook page for our unsung mascot
Jesus,
named
huge.
Bob Hollywood, and you can actually
Bob
Improv.
Improv.
You can actually go on Facebook right now, look up Bob Improv. It'll look a lot like John, but it'll have a big, thick mustache.
Wrong.
So Bob Improv, look him up right now. And the show is based around, our idea was to have Bob Improv come out with his sidekick, his wacky sidekick,
This is
called
why it had to be us.
Yes, Andy.
Yes, Andy. And it's just a
Right,
fun
yes.
Halloween show. So guys, take me to the show. We're at the show, right? And
Like Dracula and Renfield.
it's very Dracula, Renfield, like Frankenstein. We're doing Final Destination, okay? And Bob Improv goes up there. It's John dressed up. He's got a cape, and he's with his co-host.
Cape.
Yes, Andy.
Yes, Andy.
Yeah. And I need the 5 things that the audience yells out when Bob Improv goes up there and says, I need 5 things that you would find in a weird haunted house, like a schlocky haunted house. So put yourselves in the audience state of mind. Give me the 5 things that they yell out for the game of Final Destination.
Pumpkin.
A pumpkin.
Clown nose.
A clown nose.
Rocking chair in an attic, like old rickety rocking
Old
chair.
rickety
A cinnamon broom.
cinnamon broom. And we need one more.
A skull.
A skull.
I don't know why I thought of that.
Which was the only
It's
thing
right
that I
on the
had
top of
written
your head.
on my sheet, because I was almost guaranteeing that somebody here would say it. A skull.
Crazy.
Guys, the show goes amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, it goes nuts. Like, we pack the house full of people, all right? It's one of the better shows that we as Maniacs have all done. Because in this game of Dread, you're all playing yourselves. You're Trevor, you know, Brian.
Well, you're Yes Andy.
Tracy and Jonathan, you're Yes Andy. So we finish the show, and we're riding that high. You know what I mean? After a good show of improv, and we're all up front cleaning up the lobby. Tim and Garrison, they say, "Hey, we're gonna go grab the stuff over at Applebee's if you guys want to like clean up and stuff like that. We'll finish cleaning up. If you guys can finish cleaning up, we'll go grab the table at Applebee's." And thank goodness, because the timing could not be better. This small community theater that we're all doing this improv show in, it's kind of a rickety roof. I don't know if you can associate with that. And once again, in the state of Florida, it's been raining off and on nonstop. And it's one of those nights where it's looking bad. And it looked like it was starting to get bad near the end of the show. So we're in a bit of a rush to get things cleaned up. So lightning hits really close to the theater. Like close enough that your heart kind of skips a beat. Okay? And it's that, and you wait a little bit. It's the 4 of you guys. You're kind of making up those last minute changes, and I'm in there too. And I say, hey, listen, I'm not going to let you run out to the car by yourself. Let me go grab the car. I'll pick everybody up in the car, and that way you guys can just run in, and I'll bring you back to your car afterwards. And that way you don't get soaking wet. Lightning hits again, and it hits so hard that you feel it even harder in your chest, and it hit close this time. Closer than it should have. It's almost like you smell a little bit of burnt ozone in the air. Have you ever smelled that? When electricity hits and And there's something else. There's a different smell in the air now. It's something musty. It's old. It's an old book, but not a... It's a mildewed smell. And I run outside, and all of a sudden, lightning hits for a third time, and the power in the building goes out. Completely. And I'm standing there, and I'm like, guys, hey, are you okay? Hey, the power just went out all around the block, okay? Don't worry, nothing's gonna BAM! I'm tackled. Something dark and small and squat tackles me to the ground and hits me hard. And I don't get up. And a man comes walking around the corner. It's a tall man. He's wearing a dark leather coat. He's walking with a bit of a walking cane. And he comes into view, and you notice that the lights around the theater and the street lamps start to dim and get even darker. Almost like he's pulling the light towards him and it's not coming out. And this man walks into view, and all you see is this dark mass surrounding me, and you hear ripping.
What?
Ripping.
Ripping. Okay.
And a man starts slow clapping.
Wait, are we like in the lobby?
You're in the lobby.
Oh, we can see through the window?
Yes. He starts slow clapping, and you can hear him even through the walls of the theater, the glass doors and the windows. And this man looks at all of you and he says, I watched the show tonight. It was marvelous. It was well done.
He can see through the tinted windows?
Yes.
That's not good.
All of you. I even noticed the crude epitaph of me that you had at the back of the stage.
Oh, fuck.
Did you think that I wouldn't notice?
Billy, you're a monster.
Any time you used my name in vain, every time you mocked the greatest yes-ander in the world, did you think that you, in your simple improvisational minds, came up with my name? Oh, no, dear children.
Oh, God.
I gave you my name. Every time you used it, I became a little more powerful. I waited until tonight.
Jesus Christ.
You based a whole show around me, didn't you? Bob Improv.
Shit.
And with that, he takes off his hood, and he is a tall European man with white, pale, alabaster skin. And yes, it is me, your silly, made-up mascot made real. I'm so glad you had fun, children. But playtime is fucking over. The black figure over my body gets up, and he's wearing a name tag, and it says, "Hello, I'm Yes and." And he dips his finger in what used to be Billy and writes one Y after the and.
Oh.
And it drips down the front of his shirt. And Billy gets up. And he's grinning. And there's a large hole in his chest where his heart used to be. And he's got a wide, unnatural smile on his face. And he walks forward to the window and puts a hand on the window, and long, thin ropes of blood trickle down the window.
I don't suppose he's still afraid of clowns.
Billy laughs
Oh,
when you
shit.
say that.
Yeah, well.
And Bob Improv looks at the four of you and says, I have an idea. How about we play Final Destination? Somewhere in that theater, which you are all familiar with, that is both all theaters and this theater, there are 5 items. The same 5 items that you all listed tonight in your game of Final Destination. If you find them and bring them here, I will grant you your freedom. Now, let's see this scene in 5. And he walks toward the door. 4. He walks closer, takes his walking stick. 3. He taps the glass. And the glass doesn't shatter. Outside starts to shatter. What looks like rips in the windows are not rips in the windows. The trees are off. 2. He taps the glass again. The cars in the parking lot dissolve.
The truckmobile.
2. He hits it one more time and the moon breaks. 1. And he taps it one more time and the 4 of you are knocked backwards and you hear a laugh. And outside is warped. It's not the place you knew. You are now standing in the lobby of the Moonlight Players Theater. You've been given a task. Welcome to Dread. Now, before we play this game, we were going to start this game with a toast. So if we could pass out the shot glasses, that is the playlist and the playground that you will be playing in this evening. Before we play, we are going to toast to each other in a very special toast that we will tell at the beginning of every game of Dread after we do an opening introduction of the story. Here's to all the stories, from now until we're dead. Here's to you, here's to me, and to all of you, here's Dread. Cheers.
Oh, Sam, did you drink yours already?
All right, guys.
No. No.
That was good.
All right. Let's get going.
So,
How are we feeling after watching all of this?
Not
freaked
great.
out.
First of all, I'm wiping the freaking makeup off my face.
Okay.
yeah, because you had your Bob Improv.
Yeah,
makeup.
still wearing it, so I'm wiping that off.
Should we test the door? Should
Are
we go over
you-
the 5 items?
Are you okay? I mean,
Yeah, well, I'm not.
Billy
in a
just
great
straight
place,
up died.
But yeah, I'm pretty distraught. But if the space and time and everything's weird, because that doesn't look like maybe there's something we can do about this, or maybe
he's
we can
not.
fix it, or maybe
he's not dead.
So maybe the first
Okay.
thing we need to do is play the game, or see if we can get out of the game. I mean, do we try the door?
That's not. It's
You know,
at this point, I'm pretty sure this isn't just a joke.
Look,
I mean,
all I know is the fucking world just went fucking black right in front of my face. And he told us to do something. So I feel like we should do this.
Yeah, he
I mean-
remembers what the game was about.
Okay, well, what were the 5 items? It was a rickety
there was
rocking
a
chair,
skull,
a skull,
a cinnamon broom,
cinnamon broom,
Clown nose.
clown
clown
nose.
nose, and
Pumpkin.
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 Okay, cool.
Pumpkin, okay.
Oh, because it's
So
going to be
a
difficult to
set-
find a pumpkin. We did our Halloween show in July.
That was brilliant. But he said no. He said they're
He said
here.
they're all
They
in the
should
theater.
be here.
They
Okay.
are hidden
Yeah,
in
they're
the
hidden.
theater.
The loft is the first place we should probably check.
Well, cinnamon brooms, maybe that would be in the concession stands.
Concession stand,
Yeah.
or where we keep the other
Snacks.
brooms, like
And I
that
mean, we
little
use
back area.
cinnamon brooms are really strong scented. You'd smell that. Can we smell cinnamon coming from anywhere?
Absolutely, you could, if you pull a brick. Right now, you're a little freaked out, and that theater is not the most olfactory pleasing theater in the world. So, Brian, if you would like to pinpoint the smell of a cinnamon broom,
I would love.
I
to
would grant you
pinpoint.
that, but you're going to have to pull a brick for me.
Wow, I see how it is. All right, let's see. This looks like it's an okay break.
So, Brian, you start sort of smelling around, and it's funny. You're trying to detect cinnamon. You're walking around. You're pacing a little bit, and you think you pick something up, and then all of a sudden, no, that can't be right. Yeah, cinnamon's actually really close to where I'm standing, but it's not in the direction of the concession stand. Brian, you kind of turn around and you look over your shoulder, and no, that can't be right. It's coming from the bathrooms.
There's a
like
cinnamon
it's-
broom in the bathroom?
Specifically, like the bathroom on the left side.
All right. Well, this feels like a horror movie to me, and you don't split up in horror movies. So who's coming with me?
I'll come with you. All
right. All right. So we're gonna go to check out the left bathroom, and the power's still out.
Yeah.
So
The power's still out in this area. I mean, and outside, but nobody's tried any of the switches to see if they could turn it back on.
Well, I'll try the switches right by the door. I mean, they're right there.
I'm happy to as well. I mean, if you
We're
guys
still
are
in the
headed
dark.
towards, yeah.
Well, the lights were on, so the light switches should still be in the on position.
Well, here, let me at least flick the
Yeah,
switch.
yeah.
'cause
All
that's something I can
the
do.
lights come on.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All the lights come on the
good.
room.
Let's turn on the bathroom light and look for a cinnamon broom.
So you open the door.
Yes.
Yeah, you open the door to the bathroom, and it's looks kind of like the old bathroom. It's that one toilet. It's not like a big bathroom, but man, it is dirty. It is super dirty. I mean, there's like water collecting on the floor. There's bits of trash and paper, and the second you turn on that light, Brian, like you feel a little static shock. Like when you open this door and you look down at the floor being wet, and it's just it kind of gives you a little bit of the heebie-jeebies, like because this floor is wet. But sure enough, it looks the same, but the bathroom's a little longer. It looks a little like wider, but sure enough, like behind the toilet, you see the cinnamon broom.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Well, if we turn on the light to see, then I feel like we might get shocked. Should we try and find some?
Oh, the light's on.
Oh, the light's on.
Yeah.
Lights on in there, but there was a little bit of he got like a little static.
Yeah, a little shock and a pool of water on the floor.
Yeah.
No.
Right. If you don't feel good about this, I don't feel good about this.
Yeah, I don't think I feel like.
Can we run backstage, get some costumes to possibly like soak everything up?
You can certainly try.
I'm trying to think if there's like any rubber boots or something like that. Or,
Doubtful.
what
We could
about
try
what
it.
about like the long broom? We could just like use the long broom and hook it and just kind of drag it out.
We could try, but that's definitely going to be a brick.
Well, if the bathroom is longer than even is, then the broom might not be able to reach.
That's true. The whole point is that this has to be dangerous.
We talked about going up to the costume loft. So maybe
Yeah.
if we go up to the costume loft first, check that out. There might be something else out there. But while
All right.
we're up there, we can get some costumes and then maybe soak up the water to be able to walk across.
Yeah.
We can maybe come back to this
We
spot.
got like
Yeah.
materials and costumes and stuff up there.
Maybe
we should be able to.
maybe find something that would insulate us from electricity or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, lead
So-
the way.
All right. So I head down this
I
side.
need to know which way you're going.
Okay, I'm going to go through the lobby. I'm going to turn left through the curtain and then go down the side hallway.
Okay.
I'll follow her.
You see this darkened hallway in front of you, and it normally smells a little dusty and musty, but that smell is intense, and it looks like the windows are painted black for scene changes. That's something you're used to, but you're hearing what sounds like random noises from outside the window. You're hearing screams. If you want to get any more specific on these indistinct voices, you can totally do that, but I'm going to need a brick.
Or a drink.
Or a drink.
I'll start with a brick.
So Tracy, you stop and you go
Yeah,
ahead.
keep
You're
going.
you're listening, and you're trying to pick out any sort of voice that you hear outside, and it's the weirdest thing in the world. You're having trouble discerning like exactly what you're hearing and what voices you're hearing. You do know unmistakably that you hear John's voice outside, and you hear it scream, "Run! He's coming!"
It's not me, guys.
That sounds just like you.
Not a ventriloquist.
But he's fucking standing right
Right,
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but-
I feel like you can believe me on this.
No. I believe that you're right here, but how would there's nobody sounds like you, trust me.
That's
No,
not
what-
true.
So, I
It's
mean,
not
come
gonna
on.
sound like
Look,
me.
there's some fucking weird shit going on. What if he is not who he says he is?
What if he's not John?
All
What
right,
about-
just. Well,
Did everybody?
first
did
of all,
anybody
fuck all
see
of
John
you.
leave?
All right, no one is questioning who
Restaurant?
you guys are.
I'm starting to question who I am. I mean,
I've always questioned who I am.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
All right. Then again, we just saw like the moon and the stars.
The cars
and
melted.
Cars melt
Yeah.
and shatter. So
Yeah,
it
There's some
would be-
real funky shit going on down here.
That's fantastic. When I was doing it, I'd tell
explosion
you.
outside.
Does
What
it-
feels like a distinct explosion outside.
Does it rock the building?
It rocks the building a little bit, and a little bit of dust falls from the ceiling a little bit, and you're starting to feel even more uneasy. If anybody else wants to take a listen to see if they can hear anything outside, they're more than welcome to.
I will listen.
Where do you go to listen?
I'm gonna go on stage towards stage left and listen towards
Like the stage door.
yeah, by the stage door.
Okay.
With the ramp.
Yeah, with the ramp.
Trevor, as you walk towards the door, you notice something very odd and something that nobody else has noticed because when Tracy was listening, she was walking down the hallway. Trevor, that door is open. And it's being held open by a small wooden block. But it's open.
It's open.
It's open.
Hey guys, this door is open.
Look outside.
Careful.
I don't want you guys to be. I want someone to be with me.
Yeah.
So we're almost
next
there.
door. I'll go next
We're just in the hallway. It's like 10 feet from you.
Look, I don't.
All right,
I don't
I'll
want
step
you
up.
guys-
I'll be with
I
you.
don't want to be separated from you.
As
guys.
Trevor
Can you put your hand on my
walks
shoulder.
Hand on your
As
shoulder.
Trevor walks towards the door, the noises stop. And the lights get a little dimmer. And as Trevor puts his hand on the door, you're not hearing anything. And by
you
not
put your
hearing
hand-
anything, you're not hearing ambient noise.
Any
The
of us?
air conditioner.
Crickets, birds, nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna try and step back away from the door. Do I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna step away from the door. 'cause
Sound
I don't
comes
like
back.
Oh.
I do not like that. I feel like we have to stay inside. Any chance of going outside the door?
Can you
there's
at
just
least
gonna be
peek
nothingness.
outside and see what you see and then come back?
Yeah.
I
Like,
think going anywhere towards that is just gonna be nothingness.
But we're gonna have to pass that door to get backstage.
well, no. We can't go through the door. We pass the door. We can't go through.
Right, but
it.
what do you see when you look out the door?
Okay,
I mean,
I'm
you can
gonna
look out
look
the
out.
door.
I'm gonna look out the door.
I mean, he's got eyes.
I'm gonna go up
How
to
are
the
you
door.
going to do that?
With
You're
my
just going to
eyes.
come up forward? Are you doing it stealthily? You are more than welcome to do that stealthily. But I'm going to need a brick ball.
Oh, Trevor's pretty stealthy. He sneaks up on me all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
sneak dude.
I can creep up on stuff. I'm a creepy guy.
You're just putting your eye up to the door.
Trevor be sneaking.
Yeah, I take out my eye and I put it like this.
That's not
Okay,
something
I'll
Trevor can
grant you
do.
that. I'll grant you that. Like, you're a pretty stealthy and sneaky dude. So I'll say that you walk up to the door and you see 3 or 4 indistinct figures standing on the ramp leading down there.
Tim.
And they all have their backs
Keith.
to you,
Garrison.
and they're all talking in hushed tones. And if you want to pick up on a couple of those words, you can pull a brick.
Can I take a shot instead?
You can take a shot
Then
instead.
I will do that.
Shot.
All right, Trevor, these are the words you hear.
Oh
I don't know. Every time you're supposed to, I don't know.
Oh, you're okay?
No. He's supposed to. I don't know. Is it the right time? I don't think. Shh. Okay. No. Maybe this is. It's just not this one. It's not this one. Are you sure? How the fuck am I supposed to know if it's this one or not? Well, I mean, all the other times it was like, look, we need to just keep fucking moving. We need to move. No, give it 5 more seconds. Give it 5 more seconds.
Does he recognize the voices?
Yeah, for another shot.
Or
I was
Or
gonna say,
I
Or
could pull a
Jane-
break.
Or
Yeah.
you
or I could, yeah, any of us can pull a brick for him.
No.
no,
Right now
he's the
it's
one that's
Trevor
observing.
and John, and Trevor is observing.
Can I?
I don't recognize.
Do
the
we see?
voices.
Do
I
we see
don't
the
recognize
shapes
voices.
of the people? Like, because
Hey, John, can
at
you
this
recognize?
point I know what
If
Garrison.
you want to put
Kennedy
your
look-
eye up to the door,
Oh, for shit's sake! Do I know what they look like?
yep,
Who are they?
this is weird.
It's us.
Nope,
No.
it's Trevor.
All 4 of them are Trevor?
From what John can see.
Back
this is
up,
like
back
one
into
of
the
my
door. Back into the
dreams.
door. Back into the door. Back into the door. Back into the
Hey,
door.
4. Come on, we gotta go.
What do you see? What do you see?
Back into the door. Back into the door. Trevor, let's go.
We
go back inside, we go back inside.
I pull away and I slam the door.
What did they say? What were they saying?
You
you
were
guys
listening
see?
to it.
You were listening. I was observing. What did they say?
Oh, they were bickering about like they don't know what something is, and then one of them counted down.
So okay, wait. Now you said that they all looked like Trevor. Did not?
I didn't reveal that.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
They all look like Trevor.
What? Did
But I'm here.
that make sense to you though? Did they look like you to you now that you've heard that?
Does that make sense? I've heard my own voice. Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, they sounded like me.
So we've heard John outside and Trevor outside. It's only a matter of time before.
How many Trevors were there?
4.
There were 4 Trevors.
Ah, yes, the 4 Trevors.
Can I press on the door to see if it's loose? I don't want to go through, but just to see if it's still loose or if it's now closed off to us.
Yes, you can.
But I have to pull a brick.
No, not to
No?
press on the door.
Okay, I press on the door.
Somebody grabs your hand.
I pulled it. No?
Grabs her hand. You can pull her back, but just you pulling is not going to be enough.
I will help pull
I
it back.
need. Then the two of you are either both taking a shot or both using a brick.
All right.
Or
Does
either or?
it have to be the same thing?
Maybe one or
It
the
could
other?
be one or the other.
I'll brick it for now.
Tracy, do you want to do anything at this?
Yeah,
time?
I want to pull back too.
Beginning
or
to feel
punch, or kick, or do something to get away.
Okay.
Beginning
so
to
you're
feel
not going to
lost.
see what's
Well,
grabbing
I
your
want to
hand.
see what's grabbing me as I'm pulling away,
You
but I
can
want
pick
to pull
one
away.
of those things to do. You can
Okay.
either punch or you can
They're
pay
helping
attention.
me, so
Yes.
I'm going to pay attention to what's grabbing me.
Okay. Are you pulling a brick or are you taking a shot?
I'll pull a brick.
Tracy,
Good choice.
it's a feminine hand.
It's your hand.
It's your hand.
She's wearing your wedding ring.
It's your hand.
All right, so that means Brian's going to be showing up somewhere.
I always wanted theater.
It's
I
me,
have
guys.
always wanted
says-
another Brian.
Yeah, right?
She says, "Tracy, please."
Tracy, please.
What's going on?
I'm going to have you make a decision here
Okay.
because time is of the essence.
Yes.
You can either let the hand pull you out, even though the two of them are helping you, or you can
Pull me
close
out
this
the door?
Pull you out the door, or you can stay in.
Can we pull the other Tracy in if it's with the 3 of us working together?
We may all have to do more.
You would all definitely have to do more. And so right now, I'm
What
gonna,
if we
I'm
each
gonna,
pull a brick?
If you each pull a brick, I will. Yes. If you each pull a brick, I will do it, but you are closing the door on this permanently. There will be no more answers from this point forward.
What do you mean?
Do we do it? Do we each pull a brick?
As
Once
in, we
the
can't
door,
ask,
once
yeah.
the door is closed, it's going to be closed.
But no, we could pull the other Tracy in.
You could certainly try,
But we would each
I
have
don't
to pull a brick
based
that
to
we
off
try.
of if there's one Tracy out there.
I don't think this is a good idea. I think we should stick with the one Tracy, as great as she is.
Thanks.
Well,
Okay, then pull me back.
All right, we'll pull her back.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi. I'm assuming you met you.
Pull her back. The door closes, and the other Tracy goes, "Tracy, wait! It's not what it." And the door closes.
Okay, if we meet Brian, we really need to talk to Brian, okay?
I think we lost our chance.
We 100% need to stick together. We cannot
Yeah.
lose each other now. I feel like we need to just continue on and press on
Costume loft?
to the loft.
Costume loft.
You walk into the costume loft. You're both going through the door. As
Wait,
you-
we're backstage or we're
you're,
all the way
you're
up the stairs?
backstage.
Who's you both?
All four of you
Okay.
have made your way into the costume area. You see the stairs leading up into the
Both
costume
of the 4
loft.
of us.
And you see it's very dusty in the room once again. The smells of sort of stale costumes and even the sickening scent of Febreze are very strong downstairs. As you see the stairs, you see what looks to be a bundle of clothes at the bottom of the stairs. And inside of the bundle of clothes is a little piece of paper. And it's resting on top of the clothes. And it's a crudely drawn in crayon picture
Is it a ship?
of a rocking chair.
Oh, shit.
Does
Okay,
that
does the
count?
That good
picture
enough?
count?
Yeah, we didn't draw it.
Okay.
I feel
Can
like
I
he
pick up
should.
the piece of paper?
Does it look like my handwriting?
He should yes and this.
You know, he should.
He should yes and
He's
If
this.
I
got
say-
improv.
If I say this is a rocking chair,
He has to.
He has to yes and this.
yes, yes, and.
Is there a pen over at the stage manager's
There
table?
absolutely is.
Should we draw the other 4 things?
I feel like there's only so far we can push this.
Who picks up the paper?
I will pick up the paper.
Okay, there's something on the back of the paper.
What's on the back of the paper?
It is an arrow pointing up. And you realize that where you picked up the piece of paper, the arrow was pointing up the stairs.
Okay.
It wants us to go upstairs.
Well, we were gonna
that's
go,
where the
We
rock
were
was
gonna
at.
go there.
we were gonna go
anyway.
upstairs
Yeah, that's where we
anyway.
were going. Yeah.
Like it wants us to go.
Yeah.
there.
So
You make your way up the stairs.
Do
Yes.
we?
Yes.
I'll go.
I'll go
I'll
first.
start
If that-
walking.
Yeah,
I'll go.
You're walking your way up the stairs, and it feels like a very long time. These stairs, you don't remember them being this long, and as you're creeping your way up to the stairs, that you feel the passage getting a little bit narrower and narrow, and all of a sudden you're up on the loft, and this loft is insane. This loft is insanely big, and it is green tubs of boxes that which you all recognize extremely well. These are the costume boxes. These are how the theater stored the boxes, but guys, it's tons of boxes.
Like hundreds or like thousands?
Thousands.
I
of
can't
boxes.
decide if your mom would love or hate this.
Yeah, right.
And there
Probably hate it.
looks to be a distinct
Because they're
path
not marked.
open, almost like the entrance to a labyrinth.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh.
And the only thing you see are 3 boxes that are tipped over with the lid off of them, with 3 distinct names on those boxes:
And those are?
The Wizard of Oz, The Man of La Mancha, and Into the Woods.
I know what those shows have in common.
What
That
do
would
they
be
have
it.
in common?
The director.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jan did all 3 of those.
You're hearing noises coming from inside,
Oh.
Inside the boxes?
not the boxes.
Coming from off somewhere?
off,
Noises
it's
off?
towards the center.
Somewhere. Sorry.
Good distance away. If you want to distinguish
Which
the
I know
noises, you
from
can pull a
doing the
box or
website.
take a shot.
I'll distinguish the noises.
Okay.
I'm good. You know what? I haven't done a shot yet. Give me a shot.
Tracy, you creep a little closer to the maze, and you're hearing a whole bunch of weird shit. You're
Can-
hearing monkey sounds. You're hearing horse clopping, and you're hearing thunderous steps.
Like a giant.
Very much so.
Horse
Jack.
clopping La Mancha, and what was the other sound?
Monkey
Monkeys.
noises.
Flying
Monkey
monkeys.
noises, got it,
So,
okay.
um,
And it's coming out of the boxes or just coming from the surrounding
From
area?
the surrounding area.
They escaped. It's real things.
so looking at the boxes, can I, use my general knowledge of engineering to determine how stable I think things are?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're an
it-
engineer. Like,
Yeah, look, this looks like a stable labyrinth.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like,
stable-ish.
but it doesn't look like it's one of those
It
things.
doesn't
that
look
just-
like they're filled with like costumes anymore. Like these look like sturdy walls.
But
And
it doesn't
goes
look
up-
like it's designed to fall in on us at some.
It's about
predetermined-
8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Somebody could climb this with a little bit of help,
It's a trap.
or they could just walk in through the center and just keep walking around.
But
Or-
somebody
I
could
feel like-
climb it and like just kind of
or-
oversee.
Or
I do
inste-
not like that.
Guys,
Instead,
I'm-
instead of that, what if we did one of these and like you stood in
Yeah.
our hands and we kind of hoisted you a little bit
Like cheerleaders?
Yeah,
Kinda-
no, I'm,
kinda like-
I'm good with heights and I'm
like
stable
cheerleader
and stuff like
side
that.
because you're easily the lightest of us.
Can you guys boost me up and I can at least get a layout of what this
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
like?
Yes, yes.
This is within the realm of something Trevor and John could do, and
Absolutely, yeah.
Tracy's a bit acrobatic. So yeah, they lift you up. So
Okay.
Tracy, you're looking over, and it's the tops of boxes. But as you look up towards the ceiling, there are cracks in the ceiling, but not.
So it's not the regular ceiling that's in the
not the
theater.
stupid
It's
tin
like
roof.
a.
It's not the tin roof. It's a ceiling, but it's not regular cracks. It's white, jagged lines, and stuff is leaking through.
Like the cracks in reality from Doctor Who. I'm not. I can't see it.
Do they seem to form a pattern of any sort, or lettering, or anything
You can
like that?
totally figure that out.
Oh, Tracy's good at puzzles. She probably didn't need a pull for this.
I'm gonna have to pull, aren't I? Yeah, I knew I was gonna have to.
That's where she.
Tracy, you're
For
looking
the
at,
important
you're
stuff,
looking
we
at the
gotta
different patterns and the different like sort of cracks in the ceiling, and it's odd. They are forming a pattern, but it's a weird pattern. Like it looks like
What?
it looks like pictures. But it looks like weird pictures. It looks like the cracks are like forming different pictograms and symbols that you recognize as like abstract shapes, like pentagrams and weird runic symbols that like you may have seen in ancient Egypt. like in some of the books that you have in the classroom.
What do you see, Trace?
Tracy, because you pulled, you're able to see that the lines are growing.
So additional pictograms are being created?
Well, you see a line carve a little bit closer to another line. And the longer you stand up there watching, another line gets a little closer.
Like closer to where I am? Like
Closer to
centering on
completing
my
a picture.
spot? Oh, wow.
One of the lines intersects with another line, and that monkey sound that you heard earlier gets real loud.
Does the picture kind of look like a monkey?
Nope.
Okay, I describe what I'm seeing to the people below. But I stay up there continuing to look at them.
Correct.
Look, I say we should just continue moving through this labyrinth.
Does it say
and try
anything on
and
the
get to
boxes?
Well, there was the
The-
Wizard of Oz and the...
No.
The labyrinth boxes.
Oh,
The
labyrinth
boxes that are making
Do
up
I
the walls
see
of the
any
labyrinth.
writing?
You see writing, but a lot of it's carved
Can
out.
I read it?
Sure.
Do I have to pull?
Yep.
I know how to read.
You do. But a lot of this is scratched out. A lot of this is going to require you like trying to piece together.
And
Hey,
this is
John,
on the boxes themselves?
I have a bad idea.
Oh.
What if... Because a labyrinth is much easier to run from the top than from the inside.
That's cheating, and Bob and Man doesn't like cheating.
How do you know?
Or does he
Because
like...
we sort of created him.
Does he like that we found the game within the game?
The game within the game is not cheating, Brian.
That's not cheating. It's just being creative and just looking at the problem.
Creatively
From...
cheating, I'll give you, but still cheating.
Trevor, do you agree with this?
Look, I say we should just go through the labyrinth. Like
Honestly,
normal.
yeah.
Look, I want to play it safe. This is the easiest way to just go through it. Obviously, he wants us to find these things. Why would he kill us before finding them? Why would he go?
The whole
through
point
all
of the
this to
game
kill
is
us?
that it ends at some point.
What if while I'm up here, because there's this pattern that's forming on the ceiling and I'd like to be able to see if it turns into something, what if you guys start the labyrinth and I follow along where you guys are following along, but I follow on from the top and it's only 8 feet. So worst case scenario, I can jump down. Like I can handle an 8-foot jump or you guys can help catch me.
I can. I actually helped run a cope course for several years in Boy Scout camp. So I teach them some elementary ways of how to catch people if they were to fall from short
Totally.
distances
And
like
you
that.
have time to teach them. But I would say that the stress of this, in order to
Son
center your
of
mind.
a freaking bitch.
So you
Oh.
get centered and you kind of show them, you show everybody some tips and tricks of how to navigate a course like this. If these guys,
fucked up.
if these guys decide to run around the top of this thing or navigate this course like that, you think that they have enough sort of tips and tricks that you've managed to give them within the fly that to do that. But
Because I can't catch you by myself. I need
How about if two of us are up top? Like I'll go up the top with Tracy, and then you go to the bottom with Trevor, and
we stick to the right side. That's how you beat a labyrinth. It might take a little bit longer, but
Are these regular costume boxes like 2 people being on top of them is going to be too much weight? Like are these the
no,
regular
they're way more
boxes?
stable than the other ones, than the real ones. They're way more
You
stable
don't
than
know.
the
you
real ones.
nodded to
So
both
if we try to
things.
put a second person
did.
up there,
Let's put you up there, and you'll be able to tell how stable
Yeah.
it is.
can I test the boxes to see if it looks like they could support 2 people?
yes, you can.
But I have to pull a brick.
You can
No?
get up there.
Okay. No, I'm already up on top of the boxes,
You
right?
said you were looking up there. Are you putting your full weight and standing on the box?
Oh. Yeah, I thought I already was.
Yeah,
I thought
that's
they
why
pushed me
I.
up to the top
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
boxes.
That's why I taught
Okay.
them how to
Okay.
catch her.
Yeah,
if
you're
we
standing
need
on
to.
the boxes and
Yeah.
yeah, it's holding your weight fine.
Okay, but can I test them out to see if I think that a second person could be up there?
That you'll have to pull a break on.
Okay.
How are you doing it exactly?
I'm gonna kind of bounce up on them a little
We're
bit.
we're
Just to
standing. We're
see if-
standing
That's
ready
great.
to catch her.
What a good idea.
If you fall, test everything towards us. So if you fall,
So
you
that
fall
if I
on
fall,
us.
I fall towards you because
And
you've already
we are
trained
standing in
me.
position,
Okay.
so that
Yep.
way, if we need to, we can catch her.
So okay.
Tracy, you stand on the box and you go, oh, guys, I got this. This is super easy. And you start to bounce up and down. And the
Okay.
minute you stand on the boxes and bounce up and down, you hear,
Does it sound like there's something inside the boxes?
Of course, there's things inside the boxes. They're shows. Each of them is a show.
So.
Is it Toto?
You hear the flapping of wings.
No, it's flying monkey.
Flying monkeys. And it sounds like it's coming
That's-
from inside the box?
No, it's coming off a far distance, but it's getting closer.
Jump down. Jump.
Yeah, jump down. We got you.
Okay. Can I see anything
What are you
in the
thinking
distance?
about? Just jump down.
Can I see anything?
Yeah, how long do you take?
Okay, I take 6 seconds to not only see
That's only one
if I
combat
see
round.
something in the distance, and also to glance up at the ceiling to see if I see any more of an increase to this pattern.
Yes, to do all of those things, you will pull a brick or you will take a shot.
I will pull a brick.
Guys, I can't take all
Look
these
how
shots.
nice this tower looks. Yes, you can absolutely pull a brick. So Tracy, you're trying to do all these things, and the minute you realize that the sound you're hearing is the flapping of wings, you look across the way to these boxes, and you see 3 black monkeys with wings cresting over the tops of boxes, crawling their way up, and they make eye contact with you. And the minute you see this, you see one of the runes light up completely, and a portion of the roof fall away, and you're looking up at a starless sky. It is a black, inky void. And the minute those monkeys make eye contact with you, that portion of the roof is gone. They all look at you, and they smile wide, and they start booking it across the boxes to where you're standing.
Okay, I jump back down,
We
hoping
catch
that
her.
they're gonna catch.
We catch
All
you.
right. You're hearing the sound moving over the boxes coming towards you.
I say we go back downstairs for right now. Maybe find
Did
some...
they catch me?
They have not caught you yet.
I'm just falling through the air.
Oh, they caught you.
Yeah,
we
they
caught-
caught
yeah.
you. No,
Got it.
you're
Okay,
fine.
they
I said
caught me.
back
I said
downstairs.
because John already pulled for this,
Got it,
you
okay.
caught her just
All right.
fine.
We
So-
go back downstairs. I think.
Weapons.
Yeah.
Back
Do you walk
downstairs?
towards the stairs?
No, hold on.
So you guys were up in the loft. You
Yeah.
walking towards the stairs to go back down?
Well, we shouldn't look looking in that direction.
There's no stairs.
Of course, there's not. Anything around that
We're
we...
stupid.
Guys, I think we have to-
should have grabbed swords.
Look, the only
There
way
were
to
swords
go
downstairs.
now. The only way to go now is forward. We have to go forward. Stop fucking around.
Then
and
let's
just
go.
Can we,
No.
can we look around the costume? Can we look around before the maze of boxes to see if there's anything useful to us?
Like a weapon.
Sure.
A weapon or
I gotta pull a brick
stick
for it,
or
don't
anything.
I? All
Yes,
right.
you do.
I'm gonna pull a... No, that brick isn't going anywhere. How about this brick? This brick looks like
That
a-
one's
That brick seems like
that one's buttery. There we go.
It was.
Brian,
but
you're looking around. You find an old curly Q sword that
Oh,
looks like
fuck
it's
that.
caked in blood a little bit.
It's-
and it's
the Don Quixote
close.
sword.
Don
It's
Quixote
close
sword.
to the box that had Don Quixote. Now I need to know what everybody is doing right now. Is anybody running in to the maze, or everybody's just standing around watching Brian look for this weapon?
Watch
No,
Brian
we're
look
all
for, and
standing
we're
next to
looking
Brian.
around
All
to
right.
see if there is
Sounds are getting
another-
closer. That's the only thing that you can find.
I got the sword, but I don't know if anyone
That
feels...
does not look like a very useful sword.
No. I know you've had martial arts. Anybody else
Not
feel...
with curly Q swords, surprisingly.
Nobody has had martial arts with curly Q swords. I'm thinking...
Fencing in college.
Here, John,
There
you get
you
the
go.
sword into
Curly
the mat.
Q
Let's go
sword.
to the maze.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go
The
inside.
minute you walk in, the monkeys start climbing over the top and looking down at you guys as you run into the maze.
I flip
Who's
them off.
Who's taking point on this?
Me, I've got the sword.
Okay, John, you are running through the maze. If you want to, you have an idea of like
Staying to the right side.
Right hand rule.
Yeah.
staying to the right hand side. Okay, I will say you can get through this maze and you can get through it pretty expeditiously. But if you want to make it through this double time post haze, keep making sure that the monkeys stay behind you. You'll either have to take a shot or pull a brick, since you are leading the pack on this one. However, I will say that because Trevor had the idea to jump in the maze, that he can either pull a brick or do this forward, and his motivation to you guys will be it. So either one of you can pull a brick or give a shot.
I will take a shot.
Okay.
You sure?
I've taken 4 now.
No, I know. It's just that last one didn't seem like it went that well for Trevor.
I'm probably not gonna.
Brian?
do great.
Yeah.
Brian is chasing up after John, and Trevor goes, "You know what? Fuck this. It was my idea to go in the maze." And Trevor kind of emboldens all of you guys, and you guys start running through the maze. You start running through. All of a sudden, you get to a point in the maze where the monkeys are sort of lost in the maze behind you in thought and stuff like that. You hear booming footsteps in the distance. One of you looks up and sees a stack of the boxes fall over as if something invisible just crushed them down completely.
Like the giant.
But it's on the left-hand side of the maze. And as you're running through, Trevor, because he was so emboldened and kind of like forwarding, pushing you guys to stop the door, you guys run past the point and Trevor stops and backs up a little bit. And right in front of where you look, there's a clearing in the boxes and an old wooden, rusty rocking chair that's rocking back and forth slowly and playing like a really sad version of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
I walk up to it.
All right.
Trevor walks up to it, and a man with a long white beard steps out in front of it, and there's red where his eye sockets are. And he says, "Foul knave, who are you to come forward and claim this treasure?"
Say you're Sancho Panza.
My name's Sancho Pancho.
That's so close. So close.
Sancho Pancho? Your name is... Are you in any relation to Sancho?
Yeah, my name's Sancho, yeah.
My noble squire?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Look, there's this fucking guy. His name's Bob Improv, and he trapped me here. So, I'm gonna need the rocking chair.
Yes, the rocking chair of Mombrino. Why for do you need this treasure, the rocking chair of Mombrino?
Because I want it.
To save innocent lives.
Oh, yes, to
Yeah.
save innocence.
It's
You
how we
yourself
escape.
have a Dulcinea.
Yes.
Yes.
Come
Yes.
to
Yes?
sing me a song of your lady love to prove your love for
Literally
your
anything.
Dulcinea.
Literally anything.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
My Dulcinea, she is my Dulcinea. I love her, oh bird. It's cold.
Tears fall from Don Miguel de Cervantes' eyes, and the boxes melt. And Trevor, as you walk forward and place your hand on the rocking chair, time stops. And Trevor, you feel somebody come up behind you and grab your shoulder. And it's a reassuring grab. And you're the only person who sees this. And you turn around and you look, and it's you. And there's 3 of you. And one of them has...
Are we unfrozen as well or no?
You guys are all frozen in time. One of them
Okay.
has a cut going down the eye. One of them has kind of blood, and he's kind of limping along. And he was like, "See? I told you assholes that he would be the first one to get it. You got this, buddy." You know why?
Why?
Group fucking mind.
Fuck
And
yeah.
they disappear completely, and it shrinks down into a pocket-sized thing, and you put it in your pocket. And it's just a costume lock.
Oh, is now
We got
back to
one.
normal?
Dude, what happened?
We got one. Awesome.
I got this.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh,
Can we
what
go
happened?
downstairs and get some actual
Okay.
fucking swords?
Yep.
That's a great idea.
let's-
So
let's
the
go
stairs
downstairs.
are back, and there's the
Stairs are
costume
back.
lock
It is a
looks normal.
costume lock. It is regular costumes.
Anything else up here? Because we said we were going to the costume loft to try and like find some things to lay down. So
Yeah,
that
that's
maybe
true.
we can execute them.
Oh yeah.
Can we open a couple of boxes and get
What
some
about like
costumes
box
out?
lids? If we like made like
Oh, that's because they're plastic.
Oh,
They're
shields.
plastic.
We can make shields.
we can make shields, and we could also have like empty
Shields
tubs
of
and like
plastic.
Okay.
I'm not sure if
And
they
we can tie them to
Can we
ourselves to make
stack
armor.
like four or five
Lids together.
Lids together, because that should be pretty easy to carry. One person
Yeah.
can carry those.
So you guys are stacking 4 or 5 lids together, and you're tying them to make a shield or 4 shields.
No, we were just gonna carry them, but we can use them as shields if we need to. But
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
carry them just in one
You can
bundle.
do
for
that
now.
easily enough. I don't see you guys gather 4 shields and you just do that. You notice that a part of the ceiling is still gone,
Okay.
but the lines are moving slower.
Okay,
Okay.
so I'm
Connecting.
still seeing those like
still ceiling.
Yeah.
seeing the things in
Yes.
the ceiling. Yes.
I'll put
Okay.
my eyes on what
Are-
they did
do,
for.
does it show any
God help me,
pattern?
I have to
Has it continued
pull a
to
break.
evolve since I looked at it last?
Nothing different
Hold
from
on
the
your hand,
symbology and the symbols that you see.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Do any of those symbols look familiar to me? I mean, other than like some of them are reminiscent of the ancient Egypt or something like that.
You're
Do any
starting
of
to
them-
see weird stuff like that dives into D&D and some of the symbology of Faerun. like
Symbology
stuff like
of Faerun.
and Elven script, but you're seeing a multitude of different things. If somebody else wants to look, they might spot different things.
So if I look up there, like, do I see anything?
Yeah, Brian, some of this is like D&D stuff, and you know the symbology of it way better than I do.
All right,
Is
I'm gonna
there
go
any
look.
way for him to go look at this?
Absolutely.
All
You
right.
have to draw.
Anything jumping out at me, or am I gonna need to drink a shot? For
You
that?
tell me. Does anything jump out at you, Brian?
Yes, it does. It's as obvious as the nose on my face.
Yeah.
All right, give me the shot.
Pass
Come
that over
on.
to him.
God damn it.
All right, Brian. You look up at the ceiling, and this is
You can do it. I have
really
faith.
weird.
You got
This-
this.
I have faith in you. I've done
Buddy,
this
you
4
got
times
this.
already.
You got this. You got this. I believe in. Oh,
Yes!
That's my boy. It was such a good pull. It was such a good. You're good. Read it. No, I'm good.
Yeah, no, it's
This one
great.
feels like it was bigger than the first one. I don't know if that why, but
Yeah, that's a full-size red solo cup.
Brian, you're seeing the same thing Tracy
You're
saw. You're
wasted.
seeing the bits and stuff like that. But you're seeing some weird stuff. Brian, you remember reading about some of the Book of the Dead stuff?
I do.
Talking about the Raven Queen and stuff like
Yes.
that. The most prominent symbol in this thing is harkening back to evil Book of the Dead
Definitely tipsy now.
stuff like Necronomicon, Evil Dead, Army of Darkness, sort of stuff that's carving itself onto the ceiling.
that's bad.
But there is a lot of it, and it looks to be the most prevalent symbol up on the ceiling. And you're seeing death symbology, and it's synapses connecting into your brain of oh yeah, okay, this goes here and this goes here. Oh, and yeah, that right there, that's ancient Sumerian.
Of course it is. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, guys, this is bad.
No.
What does it mean? What are you?
So-
No, this was vacation time.
No.
John, now is not the time to be sarcastic. Right?
Always is the time to be sarcastic.
Look,
Have you met
I feel
John?
like this is the end of our lives. So I feel like this is the happiest I've ever been at the end of my life. So I feel like now
I
is
could just
the time
straight
to
up-
vent my frustrations.
I could straight up murder you right now if you want.
Can you not? That would be awesome too.
I could counter proposal. I give you $1. You give me $5.
Guys, we are all seriously
I'm-
about to die. Let's move on.
No, this
If
is
there
you.
were one button,
You wa-
Oh God!
There's a button.
I press it. Let's move on.
Okay,
Oh great, your head is a cabbage now. Thanks, John.
let's go down.
Not
to the,
now. Every alternating Thursday.
Okay, so the symbols are like death symbols, but he's talking ancient Sumerian
Okay.
and Book of the Dead stuff.
Good.
Awesome. And probably Cthulhu stuff up there too.
Awesome,
So
gotta have
basically,
some of that.
lots of ancient, otherworldly evils coming in to eat our souls, and
Oh,
our,
yeah.
So
Nom nom,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
so basically, what I'm saying is we're screwed hard.
Okay.
We got to find the other 4 things.
yeah.
Guys, I'm
exactly.
beginning to think that Bob Improv isn't funny anymore.
So
Hey, do you have your phone? Do we have internet access?
We all should have our phone.
Well, check see if you get internet.
I can almost guarantee I don't. That doesn't
Check your
have to be
phone
a
anyway.
brick poll, does it? I check my phone.
you have full bars.
Okay, cool.
Would it be a good idea or a bad idea to delete the Bob Improv page?
Oh.
Because he said all of these invocations of him are giving him power. What if this shrine/effigy is giving him power?
I feel like inherently he's more powerful than we are, and if we were to do anything to piss him off, it'd probably not be the best idea.
I feel like he's already pissed off.
what if this is like the Star Trek thing where
I
he
don't
was already a
understand.
thing?
I portrayed him with such honor and grace.
What if this is like the Star Trek thing of parallel societies where we just happened to come up with the Bob Improv the idea, but he was already a thing. So it's we just happened to come up with the idea
No,
of Bob
but
Improv.
didn't he say he planted himself or something?
Yeah,
I thought,
yeah, yeah.
we made
Yeah.
him real by
For the
invoking
record,
his name and.
for the
and-
record,
Another portion of the ceiling is gone.
All right,
we
so
should probably
apparently,
move on.
I guess we're not going to discuss this. Let's take our
we
plastic
go
tubs
downstairs?
and go downstairs.
For the record,
let's get
he's
out there.
not Bob Improv. He's Tom Wingfield Sr.
What?
He's not. That's not what he is.
You hear a ding.
A ding?
Where did it come from?
Where did the ding come from?
Do I have to pull for that?
No, you just heard. All of you heard it.
Can I pinpoint where I heard the ding from?
That's
You
not.
could, but you don't have to pull a brick from it. It just
Okay.
came from everywhere.
Oh, good.
Okay, can we just go
No,
downstairs?
no, no, no.
Part of
Hold
the
on,
ceiling
hold on.
collapse.
No,
I
Bob.
look up.
Yeah.
What is?
It's
is
just
there
a black voidless
black
sky.
void?
Are the holes in the ceiling in any sort of pattern? Can we go downstairs?
Wait,
Yeah, let's
he's,
try
trying,
it.
he's trying to tell us something.
Okay.
No, because he's not Bob Improv. That's not why the picture was taken. The picture was taken to be Thomas Wingfield Sr.
Ding,
or
Who is
whatever
that?
his name. Thomas Wingfield Sr.
ding.
Who is Thomas
His
Whitfield
name
Sr.?
was Thomas Whitfield Sr.
Wingfield.
His name
He's
is
the
Thomas
character.
The character from
Senior.
Glass
It's
Menagerie.
Tennessee Williams' father.
Ding,
Oh. Can we go downstairs now?
His
This is
name
this
was
dinging is
Robert
freaking me out.
Paulson.
ding.
Wait,
No, it's just dinging. Now we have
Robert Paulson
dinging. Are
gonna
you
do-
happy?
yeah,
His name was
I grab your
Robert
hand. I run
Paulson.
downstairs.
I run down towards the stairs. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
let's
let's
talk
go,
about
let's
this
go.
downstairs.
Where are you going?
Downstairs.
Okay, you're downstairs.
Okay, let's
Okay.
start
Is the
searching.
picture of
green.
Bob Improv still on stage?
Let's go.
We gotta go to the stage.
We never cleaned up, or we never finished cleaning up, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we
true.
gotta go to
Okay.
the stage.
That's one of the first
Call
things I take
Tim.
Do
down.
we go through the green room or do we go straight to the stage?
Should we search
I
the green room?
grab a sword on our way down,
Okay.
like a legit sword.
A sword from the
Yeah, let's
sword
all
thing?
grab legit swords
Yeah, can we
because
grab legitimate
Grab
like
a sword.
sword?
I
area?
don't hit yourselves with the metal bits. That's as far as I'm training. I'm gonna go.
I took stage sword fighting at the Orlando Shakespeare Theater.
Good. Do that, except no restraint.
okay.
Okay.
I did some
Alright.
stage combat in college,
I've
and
done
then
some.
did some of that like SCA fighting briefly, where we were supposed to not hurt each other, and one of my friends ended up winning because I accidentally hit him in the head, and he had to go get
So
stitches.
you're really bad at stage combat? Is that what you're saying?
I'm really
But
bad at
really
not
good
hitting.
at regular
I'm
combat.
really bad at not hitting people.
What a
What do you
riveting
guys
story
look
to
for?
tell at the end of our lives.
Okay,
I'm
so
just
what?
saying.
Cool.
We know where the cinnamon broom is. We still need a pumpkin and
Let's
A skull.
Let's check
a skull.
something's in
This
there.
room,
And
And
what's the other thing?
a pumpkin, a skull, a cinnamon,
cinnamon
room,
room,
know where that
rocking
is.
chair.
rocking chair,
We know what
and
that is.
Clown nose.
Clown nose. Okay.
So, okay, let's search the green room. Let's start, like, honestly, I don't care about this theater anymore. I just started tearing things up.
Okay, so Trevor,
Yeah.
you take a step forward past like the refrigerator and stuff like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and the thing you've known about this theater for a long time is the carpet's been around for a while, and we cleaned it as best we can, but there are random stains and stuff like that.
Excuse me.
And as you walk on the carpet, you notice that you take a step towards the refrigerator, and you catch something
Trust
out of
me,
the
I
brick.
guarantee I'm feeling worse.
Something's moving on the floor towards you, and it's pretty obvious that you don't need to draw a brick to see
It's
this.
under the carpet.
As you take a step forward, it looks like one of the random black or brown stains that's on the carpet shifts slightly in your direction.
You said shift, right?
shifts
Okay.
slightly in your direction to where your foot hit.
So, like, if
Oh,
I
like
take
we
a step,
step on the
He
carpet,
takes a
this
step.
thing comes towards us.
As Trevor takes another step, a couple more towards the back of the theater, like come forward, like that are
Stain
on the
monsters.
carpet shift towards you a little bit.
I freeze. I poke. Can I reach the stain with my
Well,
sword?
you got
Yes,
a sword, yeah.
actually, because you picked up a sword. So you take the sword and you poke it towards the ground. And as you poke it towards the ground, one of the stains that's closest kind of shifts a little bit closer, but it stops after that initial poke.
Okay, I'm gonna poke the ground and
Okay.
then take a step. So
It goes towards the sword, and it's about one more poke away from getting close to it. And it's like a small circular black stain.
Okay, and then I'm gonna poke over here, and then take another step closer into the, like, further into the.
The
green.
stain splits, and one goes towards your shoe, and the other one goes towards the sword.
I have a thought. If you want to back up off of the stainy area,
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna back up.
You cross the threshold, and the stain goes right back to its original spot.
what if we grabbed some cleaning supplies and tried spraying them on the stains?
We gotta clean the theater. Fucking ass.
I know you don't want to care about this place, Trevor.
No.
We were gonna check the area where the brooms and stuff are kept for, and I understand we already know where the cinnamon broom is,
That was a poor
but
choice.
we really haven't
I don't know why I did
checked that area thoroughly.
Yeah, you could do that. It's your playground.
Well, we also have. I mean, there's a ton of like Lysol backstage.
Yeah,
like
I'm-
there's always Lysol backstage.
Look, let's.
Do I
Okay.
see any cans of Lysol around?
You do.
Can I grab a can of Lysol?
Yeah, you're just grabbing the first one you see.
Well,
Does it
do I
say
have
Lysol
to
on it?
step in the stain area to get to the Lysol?
You do. You have to step past the refrigerator in order to grab the can.
How
of Lysol.
far into the stain area do I have to go?
2 steps.
Okay, experiment. You take a step, I take a step. and then we see what happens. If it looks
Okay.
like you're not going to make it there and back, then we back out and try a new plan.
What if you have to step at the same time?
Okay.
Okay, can we both take a step at the same time?
Yes.
One step.
Ready? One,
Yeah.
two,
Two, three,
three,
step.
step.
One of the stains moves closer to where, right in the middle of where the two of you are.
Okay,
I'll go that way. You
could
go
you
towards the
go
Lysol.
that way and stab with your sword at the same time?
Yeah.
So there's 2 steps that in that direction,
Yeah.
essentially, and then.
I'll have,
But I don't want this thing to attack you.
well, but it's going to go in between us.
Maybe.
How many steps do we think it is away from us?
Let's say 3 from Brian, and we'll keep it even 3 from Tracy.
Okay,
So
so
what if
one
he's-
more step.
One more step,
Okay.
and then we can always bail out.
Okay, so 1.
So I'll take a step, and while I'm
And
stepping,
sword
I
at
will
the same
stab
time.
forward with the
But
sword.
yeah, okay.
Ready?
So 1,
2, 3,
step.
step, and I
Okay.
stab forward with the sword.
Couple of stains from the back start moving forward, and they're moving faster than this one,
Okay.
and it gets about even with it, so it's moving at a faster rate. And that's putting 2 at Brian, 1 at the sword, 1 at him, and 1 is moving closer to where
Okay,
Tracy
and I can
is.
grab the Lysol now, right?
Yes, you can grab the last.
Okay, I grab the Lysol
Okay.
without taking another step. Do we want to try to take a big old leap
Take a
back
leap?
in the direction we took?
Absolutely,
Okay.
you could do that.
You'll have to pull.
So you guys do the same thing?
Do you want to try just
Absolutely.
spraying the stain with
Yeah,
the
try.
Lysol?
Try.
While you're there.
Oh, from where I am?
Yeah, just try spraying it. Can you?
Yeah, well, we could. I mean, I don't want to know if it'll piss it off, or...
I would rather try to take a leap back
Okay.
and then spray it from a safe area. So
Let's-
you want to each pull a brick?
Let's take a leap, or
Let's
a
do it.
shot.
Or a shot. You know, I've only had 2. Give me a third.
All right, give me a shot. I'm going to do a
Thanks,
second
Siri.
one.
Shot.
This is it's a night of 4 decisions.
Brian and Tracy look at each other,
I'm already
and they're
40.
saying, "Okay, we're gonna do this on
my
3.
third.
Ready?
Seven.
1, 2, 3." And they both leap, and John grabs Tracy's hand, Trevor grabs
no.
Brian's hand, and they leap, and just as this thing grabs forward and touches the sole of Brian's shoe, and Trevor, you manage to pull Brian back, and you smell what smells like burnt rubber. But everybody's safe, and they're on the other side of the fridge.
Oh, that was poor
And
choice.
those things zip back to their original spots.
High five.
I will say that both of you left and took 2 shots, so I will reward you from that. There is a small rope in the middle of the green room. It looks like in the middle of all of these patches, and there is something dangling at the end of that rope.
What is
What is
dangling at the end of the
It
rope?
is a little red ball.
It's a
A
clown.
clown
Oh,
nose.
clown nose! Okay, and we don't have to step into the stain area to get to clown nose?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
We do, okay.
Guys,
Is there a stain close enough that I can spray Lysol at it?
hold on one quick thing,
Okay.
guys.
They've all shifted back.
We're dealing with multiples. Can I grab an expo marker from the stage manager's desk?
Absolutely, you can.
I draw a 1 on my face.
Oh,
Oh,
We're dealing
One.
with multiples.
I'm Brian 1.
There you go.
1.
All
Okay,
right,
just
we're
in
all
case.
ones.
Cool.
That's a good
All right.
idea.
Can I take a step?
five.
Guys, I think I want to take a step out and then see if a stain comes near me and spray it.
What if we try throwing something? What if we
Oh.
like?
Oh.
What if we take like a piece of
Can
costume?
I just
tie
stab it
to-
with a sword and then get it to... Can I try that? Can I try stabbing at the carpet with a sword, but
Try
stay
spraying
back
the
in
Stab
the
at the
area?
carpet, and it moves forward. The minute you touch the carpet, it moves forward 1 step.
Okay, now I stab my. Oh, go ahead.
Do we have costume shoes? I take a shoe and I throw it into the green room.
You throw it, and the shoe bounces once, twice, a 3rd time, and the minute it hits the ground, these stains converge on top of it, and that shoe disappears in a puff of smoke and an acrid burning smell.
The Vashta Narada.
And then the stains immediately retreat
Woof.
back to the spot, except for the one that started moving closer to where Tracy was tapping the ground with
Can
the
I
sword.
stab my sword a little bit closer to us?
Yes.
Does that make it come closer?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Trace, move your sword. I made it come closer with my sword. So like you stabbed here,
Okay.
I stabbed here. So if you stab here, it should come a little bit closer,
All
or
right.
maybe in spray distance.
Okay, I'll stab again.
The loft is the normal loft again, right?
Yes.
It splits in 2, and one is 1 step away from your sword, and one is 2 steps away from Tracy's sword.
Can you try and spray it with the Lysol? Have we tried that?
Well, we were
it
trying to get
wasn't
it close
close
enough.
enough. Yeah.
One step away from my.
You have a sword. Can you stab it with your sword?
Sure,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
try to get it close enough.
Stab.
All right, it gets close. It gets within spraying
Okay, I
distance.
spray it.
Okay. This is weird. There's a can of Lysol backstage, but I don't know how much is in there.
Oh, please. She would have
God
felt how heavy
damn
it
it.
was.
Yeah, God, you know what? You really weren't paying attention. How heavy is this can of Lysol?
Oh.
Let's check to see.
Rick?
Let's check to see how heavy this is. So you kind of shake it a little bit, and you're shaking the can, and you look, and the expiration date is.
Who cares
Kind
if
of
the
looks
expiration-
We're
valid.
good. We're good. I got
It
this.
looks like
I got this.
Careful.
I have to.
Yeah, and it is. It is
John.
pretty.
Don't bump the table.
Don't bump the table.
It is pretty
Put the cups down.
full. It looks decently full. So yes, you probably have about
I'm sorry.
half a can of Lysol
I
in
gotta
here.
center myself.
Okay, so I sprayed it.
The stain starts shriveling up, and all of a sudden it kind of disappears.
Okay, so now we can walk through. Okay, so do you guys want me to just walk through with the can of Lysol to the
Do we see any other cans of Lysol back here?
No, you do not. But if
Okay.
one of you wants to search in a full open cabinet, you're more than welcome to do that.
What do you think?
I will go with you. I'll go right behind you.
Well, let me see if we can get some more Lysol.
How far away is the clown nose? How many steps is the clown nose? Like, where is it hanging from?
I will say you're
backstage?
pretty good at math and estimation being a teacher.
Okay.
So you know it's about like 8 steps away.
Is it by the wedding dresses?
Where is it hanging from?
It is hanging over almost immediately to where we circle up for a show and dance
Okay.
around in a circle and
All
sing
right.
sing our like warm up song.
Are you
Okay.
thinking what I'm thinking? You're not.
No.
The loft doesn't go the whole way. You
I
can
actually was
you
thinking
can
that.
climb into the loft. You can reach over the side of the
Oh
loft.
god, alright,
Hold
so
it.
I'm gonna go upstairs because
Wait,
in reality
no,
I'm
no,
no, we're not
Yeah.
gonna do that. In
don't you
reality
just
I'm
go as a
not
group?
drunk.
All right, let's all go.
As a group.
Let's all go upstairs to the loft.
All of you go upstairs.
Fuck up, right?
No, he's pretty. He's a
You
lightweight.
do not
He's lightweight.
understand
Okay,
me.
so all 4 of you are going.
Trevor, I wish you understood me.
Okay.
better.
All
Alright.
4 of you are going.
I will take
Yes.
point on this. There's
Never
rope
split the party.
upstairs for rigging. I
Careful.
I'm okay.
am
Jeez.
the
I'm not okay.
2008
I'm not okay.
7 knot tying champion of the Rolling Hills District.
I will allow it.
That is a 100% real thing.
I'm sure it is. It's just fantastic. Oh my god.
Okay.
How red is my
tie-
Fuck you!
No, I think it's amazing. I'm just drunk. Red is my face. I'm just curious.
It's a little red.
That is 100% real, though.
I believe you.
Okay,
I
so
was a Boy Scout.
Trevor is up there
I
with
was
John.
not.
Everybody's up there with John. John is tying himself off to a rope, and
Yeah.
you are.
I also
believe.
know how to rappel because of my cope course.
So explain
Your
to me
cope
how
course?
you're.
Yeah.
Cope.
Challenging
He's
outdoor.
very repellent. Yes.
Penis expulsion.
Challenging outdoor something.
Challenging outdoor penis expulsion.
That's what it was.
Exactly. That's what it was.
Explain.
I'm definitely taking another shot at some point.
Oh god,
Give her a
this
penny
is
for a
great.
pound.
We're gonna die here.
I might need a ride home.
This
or I might
might
need
not
to
be
just,
a
like,
weekly thing.
we
We're
can
just
arrange
gonna
crash
straight up
here
die.
and
How
someone pick me up for D&D tomorrow.
how do you do this?
Huh?
How do you do this?
How do you want to do
I'm
this,
going
John?
to secure it. I'm going to secure it using a clove hitch.
Okay. And so where are you leaning in terms of the loft? So the loft is here, and it does overreach where that clown nose is.
All right.
So you're leaning over the side.
Yes, and I'm going to have Trevor
Oh, I wanted to be on belay.
hold belay
Damn
so
it.
that
I even knew the right word.
Okay.
I'm clearly a ropes master.
just in
You
case.
lean over the side.
Yeah.
Okay. And you take. Are you just leaning out the upper half of your body, or you're swinging your feet around so that you can like lean?
Can I have my feet like
Watch your
hanging,
feet.
hanging like
Dude, what are you
Yes.
doing? Dude.
Yep.
and hanging backward?
You put one foot out, and you put a second foot out, and you catch movement out of your breath.
Like
Bad.
Like down in the green room?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Do
Like
you
the
see what it
stains or something bigger? Do I have to pull?
No, it's the stains.
Okay. All right.
What-
That's
now,
fine. I just want
hang
to
on.
touch the ground.
I got a question. Hang on.
Yeah.
We got a crap ton of shoes up here, right?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
take
yeah.
2 shoes and throw them.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Distraction.
And so, do they like move away, or do they like separate?
They separate and go towards the shoes.
Can you just
There
like
you go.
machine
All
gun
right,
shoot
so-
them?
I was thinking,
Okay,
Can I-
so
can I
while they're
reach-
belaying, can we be
we're gonna
throwing
just be
shoes?
hucking shoes.
Can I reach the clown nose?
You could.
If you pull
You
over.
fell over it. And that thing is getting
Brian,
unstable.
can you take? You'll still be within eye shot if you step slightly down and grab an umbrella with the hook from the
Yes.
sword rack?
Absolutely. If Brian wants to try to look for an umbrella and find an umbrella, he can do that.
I know exactly where it is. I put it up there.
That's
it is on
great.
the left side.
You're
and
not.
You're
not
tied
there.
to the rope.
I'm
You
telling
can
him.
describe that as much as you want, but tensions are high.
Dumb. It's dumb, and I know that, and I'm drunk.
All right, these are crappy swords. What if I like bend the sword around my foot and make a hook
We
out
still
of it?
have the curlicue sword.
We do still have the curlicue sword.
We do.
Let's
We
just
use the curlicue sword as a
let's
hook.
try to use that as a hook. All right, I'm gonna use
Suck
try
on that.
You okay? You
Gonna do that?
swing. You try to reach, and you are just barely touching it. You can touch it. You can touch it, and all of the things start swirling underneath where the clown nose is.
Even if we keep throwing shoes.
Even if you keep throwing shoes,
They're ignoring the shoes now?
They're ignoring the shoes and they're swirling. The minute the clown nose started moving, they're doing that, and you
Yeah.
see that the clown nose is held by a little push pin, and it slips just a little bit down the push pin.
Ah, fuck.
Apparently, we have to go the other way.
They're ignoring all the shoes now.
Okay.
Okay.
No, he could reach it.
But I have to pull.
Good.
I've got it. We
All right, guys.
Wait, hang on. Trevor's got it.
No, go ahead.
We take all of the clothes that we have and we just spread them on the floor as a barrier. Like all of the clothes in the attic.
In the costume off?
Yeah, in the costume loft, and we just pile them onto the floor. We just keep like we
that's
start
right.
out. We start out here
You
piling,
just
piling,
start
piling.
trucking clothes down?
Yeah, we like.
But they're ignoring the shoes.
If I pull,
You just
will
want
I
it,
get
like,
I think what he's
cover
saying is make like
Yeah,
a
just
thick
cover it.
covering of clothes.
Okay.
Come on, man.
I'll say this because you've been drinking a lot. If you pull the brick, I will guarantee that you reach this thing.
And get it.
And get it.
And
And get the
able to
progress.
be pulled. Well, actually, that's just
And if you
everything.
fail, you will fall to your death.
If you
it.
fail,
No, not that one, man. No,
God.
what are you doing?
Why not?
So
It's middle
you can
bricks,
use
middle
one
bricks,
finger. You can
stability.
test
Live your best life,
different
John.
things.
You can
Li-
test.
Live your
Go ahead.
best
You
choice.
got
Live
this.
your truth.
Like that.
Oh,
Like this
So
one down. This
John-
one down here.
I
is
am
good.
loving this.
John is breathing, and time is slowing down, and you're all watching in bated breath. And Trevor, you're like,
Nope.
No.
That's not
What about like this
And-
one right here?
and
like
Don't
this.
help him.
No,
This-
John,
No,
middle
no,
one,
no,
that
no,
level.
no.
John looks forward, and
No.
he's reaching forward, and he just barely gets his fingertips around it, and he grabs the clown nose, and the stains disappear.
I might take a shot just to
I'm
celebrate.
literally going to high five.
Time slows down.
I'm
For
upside
you
down
as
still.
well. You're upside down and you're swinging back.
And the other three
and
Johns.
You see 7 or 8 Johns
Jesus Christ.
all down there, and half of them have the one drawn on. And they go, fucking ropes tying course. I totally forgot about that. It was like, I told you we should have tied it. I tried to do that
They
before
all
and it
have
didn't
the
work
one?
out. And it
Half
was like,
of them.
and it was like, and it was
Half
like,
of them died before
Yes.
that.
Loops.
and he said, way to go, buddy. I was like, you've now got 2 of them. Oh, have you guys made it to this? And it flips.
Oh my god.
You're back in regular
We're
time.
stuck in loops of.
All right. I take a second to compose myself, and I go,
It's like
Trevor!
It's like the Star Trek: The Next
John,
Generation, where he's like pointing
two
with like,
things.
the threes with all the threes.
Yes, the three. Yes.
Two things.
Three.
First of all, pull me out.
Got it.
You pull
Second
it
of
out.
all, what the fuck haven't you told us?
What?
I just saw something, and I have a reason to believe that you saw something too.
Oh shit! I forgot to tell you guys.
Oh yeah. Tell us now.
Okay. So, first of all, what did you see, John?
You first. I called you out on it.
Oh, okay. So, okay, you know how we went through the labyrinth? It was a long time ago.
It was 3 minutes ago.
Feels like a lifetime.
Yeah, I feel like
like
it's
a long
longer.
time.
But
Feels
anyway,
like at least 2 shots ago.
But okay.
Yes.
So, we got.
Billy, do you want a shot?
So I got.
He needs to stay sharp.
So I got the rocking chair,
Take a
and
shot.
then I felt something on my shoulder. I felt a hand, and I looked over, and it was me. And I saw 4 other me's, and they had cuts and bruises and lacerations on them, and they said, "Good job, you made it." And they like I think I feel like, John, if you're calling me out on this, then I feel like you might have seen the same thing.
You saw
What-
Well,
Trevor?
I saw 11 Trevors. No. I saw...
11.
No.
Ah, they
I
just keep
saw a bunch of me.
how
And,
many of yous?
Like 11 of me. and around half of them had the one drawn on.
Okay, and then what were they saying?
They were saying that they basically, I feel like we're being visited by the versions of us that didn't win this game.
So we're stuck in some sort of sci-fi loop?
We've already done better than a fair amount of ourselves.
We haven't met
And
me yet.
also, Trevor, you die a lot.
Do 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 do.
Where's the pounding?
It's coming from the door. And
The side door?
The hallway door?
Do 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 do
I
do do
shout,
do.
who is it?
Tracy, hurry up! Do do do
What-
do
what
do
is
do
it?
do do.
Who is it?
What's the
It's your voice.
It's my voice?
Dun dun dun. We've got we managed to pry it open. You got 5 seconds. Tracy!
Do I go open the door?
Well,
No, they
you're
said they pried it open.
upstairs.
They're trying to get you to come out.
Okay, I run towards the door, but I don't go through it.
Grabs your hand, pulls you through the door. The door slams shut.
We don't get to do
fucking
anything
go.
about it?
Tracy, you look outside. And it's heart-wrenching. You don't see the parking lots. You don't see the cars. You see
I would have run after, so I'm at the door.
the
Yeah,
theater
no, we're all at the door.
across the way.
The theater is far away from me?
And it's on fire. And you see another theater. And this one looks like it's been swallowed into the ground.
The same theater.
And you look
They're
across
all
the
moonlight.
way, and
all
you
the
see
failures.
another
Seeing the
theater.
different moonlights.
And this one looks like it's been carved out or stomped down on. You can't tell. And you're so busy paying attention to the theaters that you finally look at the hand that's grabbed you. And you know this hand. It's not your hand. It's Tim. And he says, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And that's where we're going to take our intermission, folks. We're going to take a 5-minute intermission. We're going to get some water. We're going to go use the restroom. And we're going to come back. We are back. Thank you guys
Yes, we are. I hit the
so
right button.
much. I cannot thank you enough. Please do me a favor if you tuned in for Drunken Dread tonight. I'm hoping to make this a game that comes back again. I hope you guys are having fun and
Oh,
this is
yeah.
a grandiose experiment. Follow us on Twitch. We started this adventure last Monday, and it's almost been a full week. And you can help out by telling your friends, letting them watch some of the old episodes on Twitch. So let's go right back into the story for
Dude,
Drunken Dread.
Yes.
This is the 5th night of content in 7 nights since this channel's inception.
That's right.
And I said inception.
I'm very.
Like that Christopher Nolan movie.
Tim grabs your hand,
Okay.
and he goes,
God damn it, Tim.
there was only one. There was only one time where I didn't leave the theater, and that's why he didn't notice me. There was only one other place where I didn't leave the theater, and I've been going to all the different places. And God, I'm so sorry. And Tim's walking with a limp, and you look down at his side, and he's got a hole in his hoodie, and it is like, it looks like a piece of rebar is sticking out of the hole in his hoodie. And he said he didn't notice me. He didn't notice me, but it's okay. But it's okay. It's okay because you guys are doing good, and everybody says that you guys have the best shot, and that not everybody's gonna, but you guys have the best shot. And that's why, and he reaches into the pocket of his hoodie, and he pulls out something, and you know exactly what this is. And it's bright. And the scene around you gets a little brighter as you look at it. And you almost feel like the darkness is being pushed back a little bit. And you look at it more and more, and you're like, I know what this represents. This represents all of our time together. This represents a new start, a new change, forging a new adventure. This represents a new, fresh choice. And it's the bell. And the bottom of it's covered in blood, and it is banged up, and it is dinged, but this is our bell. And he hands you the bell, and he goes, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. You gotta wait for the right. And he walks forward a little bit and hands it to you, and he looks down the ramp, and a couple of different versions of Billy come around the corner, and they look at him.
Can I shut the
And
door open?
They're smiling, and the minute
I'm
they
sure
smile,
we haven't
Tim
stopped trying to
Tim
shut the
reaches
door.
over, opens the door, and he looks at you, and he says, "Maniac for life, right? Maniacs for life."
Yeah.
And he pushes you inside, and he closes the door, and he says, "Come get me, you ass!" And it's gone. He's gone. You don't hear any sounds coming from the other side of the door, and the light that used to be on the other side of the door is extinguished. And a little bit of that darkness seems like it's seeping in from the cracks, and all of a sudden, it is a complete wall around the edge of the door. Like there is nothing there that shows you that you can open it.
You
And
got the
are-
bell.
Tracy's back with us. Right?
Tracy's back.
Did you guys hear that?
What
No,
happened?
we
What
didn't
did
hear
you
anything.
see?
Here, it was Tim, and it sounds like this has happened before, over and over and over, and he thinks that we can do it. It's like a loop, like a Star Trek thing, like a
The three with
Oh,
the
like
yeah.
cause and effect.
yeah, but like different people have been in the loop at different times, but we're the ones in the loop now. And he gave me the bell and said to wait for the right time, and I don't know what that means, but
I think I do.
what do you think it means?
I don't want to spoil the surprise.
Shut
Yeah,
the fuck up.
because that's the important thing.
Yeah.
It's right now, what we all need in
Okay,
our
look,
lives
Player John is drunk,
is
so
suspense.
give me a second.
So where do you go from here?
Should we grab the cinnamon broom at this point?
I think we should go to the stage. We should check out the stage. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
we
the
haven't
closest
been
thing.
inside the theater itself yet. We haven't been on the stage or in the audience or anything like that, and we haven't been in the tech hallway
Yeah.
You
or the tech booth.
stage.
you walk on stage. Trevor, you're leading the way.
Yes.
All right, can I ask you guys a thing real quick? Because
Can you?
I don't know. Let's find out. Because I don't know. It feels like this is like a
I don't know, Brian.
None of us know.
I don't know. Well, One of the things that like I'm afraid of is like electrocution.
Okay.
And like that bathroom thing seems like it's set up for me. Maybe I'm supposed to conquer a fear or something. Was there some kind of fear for you? Were you
There's
afraid of
also a-
rocking chairs or something? Or
There's
old
also a
guys
chance
with
you could
eye
just-
sockets? I don't know.
Just get electrocuted. You could also just get electrocuted.
It's possible. I just didn't know if there was like anything you could think of that was related to the things that you did.
We're not immune to being electrocuted because we're not necessarily specifically afraid of it.
Well, I don't think it's singling us out for
Okay.
one specific thing. That's just the thing that happened to happen.
Okay. I just didn't know.
All right.
So I walk on stage.
On stage.
On stage.
Trevor, there's the stage as you remember it. The previous set for the current show that's going on is gone. It's a completely black, barren stage, with the exception of 3 white X's on the stage.
Were they there when we performed?
They were not. And there's 3 special lights lighting those 3 spots.
We're mute.
What's that?
We're not making sound bars.
No, we're good.
Okay, sorry.
John was
Sorry.
looking at the controls, thought that we were mute.
The dread was extending out.
Let me see. I'm seeing a welcome back from subs. I think we're okay.
Okay, good. All right.
There's 3 white X's, and there's 1 white X that's in the front row of the audience, with 3 spots on stage.
I'm
stand.
no. Hold
Wait,
on.
hang
Hold
on.
on.
Let's- we gotta
Trevor
figure-
stands
That's fine. Trevor stands.
on one of the X's on
One of
stage.
the X's on stage.
The light brightens.
Can I remember? Because I was the host, so I was walking back and forth and looking at the audience the whole time. Do I remember who was sitting there? Was it our fan?
Actually, I will say this: you saved that seat open because you decided to sit in that seat for certain
That's
parts
Bob
during the show.
Improv seat.
So maybe
That's
you're
Bob
supposed to
Improv.
sit in that seat,
Maybe
and the
you're
3 of us
supposed
are
to sit
supposed to stand on the lights. Was there any game where the 3 of us were on stage?
Yes.
What game?
You were standing. Trevor stands in a spot, and the realization hits him that he was standing in this spot for only 1 game, and it was the big group game. It's 185. But Trevor was standing in this spot, and he's like, "Oh yeah,
Is one of the X's the spot that I was standing in for
Yes.
that game?
So
you
I will.
stand there.
I'll go stand
I'm
in
gonna
that
guess
spot.
that mine was the other spot.
Do you
All
want
right.
to stand in the audience?
I'll sit in the audience.
All right.
Sit where the X is. in
When
the
John
audience.
does sit and you stand in your spots, the house lights come on. And you see that you have an audience.
Oh, no.
And it is a multitude. It is a full house.
How
And
many
it
of them
is
are creepy?
a bunch of improvisers wearing different shirts from different towns and a sea of Chuck Taylor Converses. Smiles etched into their face. You don't recognize a lot of the faces. You do recognize me. And it's the same me that you saw.
Do you have like a
earlier.
hole in your chest?
Yes.
We're not.
I'm
Do
gonna.
the other improvisers look injured or maimed or anything?
They all have various injuries, but they are all smiling widely.
So these are all
Like
victims of
creepily
Bob.
We're not the
widely?
first.
Like
We're
they're
not the
all.
first.
Some
to
have
channel.
smiles carved
Yeah.
into their face.
I'm gonna reach over and just kind of squeeze Tracy's hand.
If you look at one of the shirts, you see that one of them has a picture of the comedy face, and the comedy face has a mustache on it. And you see different iconography from Bob Improv in various shirts spread throughout.
Do we have to?
Like
say
he's been
anyone?
doing this in lots of theaters.
Do I remember what the topic
Wait,
was
wait,
for
wait, hold
185 when I told my joke?
Yes, you can
And-
if you would like to pull a brick.
Wait, hang on.
Do I see anyone from?
You may.
Oh no.
Oh God!
Not that
No,
one.
no, no,
It's
no,
okay.
no, no, no.
You tried. You tried. And you can also give up this pull, Trevor, if you want to. If this isn't that important.
Which
Wait,
isn't-
wait. What's the poll? What's the poll
He's
for?
trying to remember the topic
Of the
of
185
the
joke.
180.
You don't just have them on a sheet?
Oh God, no!
I didn't write them.
No, but the topics
Oh,
you would have
God.
written. You're the host. No.
Oh no!
Abandon it. Abandon it. It's
It's what the
remembering 185.
Oh, God.
It's all right. It's his choice.
If I
Trevor.
die,
It's
this is how I die. Remembering a joke.
die doing what he loves.
Don't worry.
Sorry for the audio weirdness.
Oh my God.
Right at the tip of your tongue, Trevor. It's yeah.
Ah!
You know exactly. The topic that you
Oh my
told the
God.
funniest joke. You got the biggest pop of the night,
Goddamn right I did.
and it was 185. And John asked the audience. He goes, "Oh yeah, I need an animal. Give me an animal. 185 animals." Trevor, what was the animal that John said?
Zebra.
Yeah, guys, I remember. It was.
Is that we hear some like drums or something?
Oh God, they're zebras. This is Jumanji.
Say a joke. Say a joke.
185 zebras walk into a bar.
Bunch of zebras start running in from the stage.
Tell me the end of the joke.
They all leave.
And
It's not funny, but it works.
a couple of the zebras run on stage and then start laughing and then disappear. And you hear this some more.
185 zebras walk into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't serve zebras in here." And the zebras say, "We just wanted a bottle of Red Stripe."
100
Some of them disappear. some more.
185 zebras walk into a bar. Bartender says, "We don't have zebras here." The zebras say, "Hey, this is not all black and white, okay?"
Even more disappear.
185 zebras walk into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, we don't serve zebras here." The zebras say, "Nay."
And they all vanish. And as they do, the audience starts laughing, and it gets cacophonous. It's so loud. It's a super loud visit.
At this point, I stand up, turn around, and back up onto the stage.
You back up on the stage, and then all of a sudden, as you back up, a little pumpkin like drops down right into Trevor's hand. And as he grabs it, Trevor, time stops. And you see one of you.
Oh shit!
And he's like, "Man, I couldn't think of anything. I forgot about the jokes. I'm really proud of you. I managed to sneak in a little something. I put it in the pumpkin. I'm really proud of you, dude.
Thank you. And also, I have a question for you.
Quick.
If I have sex with you, is it masturbation or gay sex?
I have a return question for you.
Yeah.
Let's say there's a button.
Okay.
And if you press the button, you can have sex with me as much as you want, and it's masturbation. But once a day, your penis turns into a live mouse.
I press the button. 100%.
So do I. He's gone.
That is the most Trevor thing that I have ever seen in my life.
What happened?
Dude. You're not going to believe
How
what happened.
many?
I would totally have sex with myself.
How many?
We believe
It
that.
was one.
Did he have a one on his face?
Yes.
Can I remember if he had one?
There's not a version of us that has
Yes.
it that doesn't have the one on her face that survived.
Yes. He had a one on his face.
Trevor. Let's keep moving.
Well,
Three.
well, so you got the pumpkin?
Oh yeah, my
Self?
loop man
Excuse me.
told me that they left something for me inside the pumpkin.
Ooh, open the pumpkin.
Is it a Trevor something or
Is-
like a usual something?
Who knows? It may be just a penis.
That's what I'm wondering. Well, open it. We gotta find out.
Is there any way to open it? Like, do I
course there's
try
a way
to
to
pull the
open
top
it.
off?
Yeah, you can pull the top
I
off.
pull that top off, and then
It is like a rubber silicone. It's about 6 or 7 inches long,
It is.
and it is a penis. And it is lifelike, and it is the funniest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. It is so funny that in the midst of this darkness, Trevor, you start laughing. You start laughing uproariously, and you hear like grumbling at the top of the ceiling.
Guys.
And Trevor, You're still laughing. This is the funniest fucking thing. End of
That's
the world
so
is
me.
happening. It's so you. And you instinctively run back to that hallway and look up, and one of the lines breaks. And you fucking take this penis and hold it up at the ceiling, and you're still laughing hysterical. And a part of the ceiling, boom, snaps back into place. And it's gone. The penis is gone from your hand.
Oh,
Your
Trevor
penis
lost
is in a better place, Trevor.
And you hear a furious scream. You hear a furious scream. And that side hallway that you were walking down, all of the glass shatters. Like, oh shit.
Hey guys, I just thought of something absolutely horrible that I don't think any of us is going to like, but we should probably talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we know where the cinnamon broom is, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the one thing left?
Clown nose, pumpkin,
The skull.
the skull.
Ooh.
Bob Improv is a bastard. There's not a skull hidden in the theater.
Let's check the tech hallway
All
just
right,
to be safe.
Whose head are we chopping off?
Let's check the
It
tech
ain't
hallway
gonna
just
be
to
mine.
be safe. Let's check the tech hallway just to
Can
be
we
safe.
just check?
Can we go
or
get-
the tech booth? I mean,
let's
that
check-
could
Who's
be a
checking the
place,
tech
isn't it?
hallway?
I will check the tech
I
hallway.
think all of us
I
should
think we go
check
in
the
together.
tech hallway
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
I'll take point if it
You
matters.
turn the corner, and
Team.
you
Yeah.
walk down the stage, and you walk past the area, and you pull back that little black curtain, and the tech hallway is there, but it's bad. It's the messiest you've ever seen. I mean, there are flats,
Nobody tell William.
power tools, ladders, and it's, you see a path, but you're gonna have to get tight. You're gonna have to crawl in between stuff, through ladder rungs.
What if we went the other way and went up the
Yeah,
stairs
there's two ways
and went
in.
through the other way?
You go in the other way, and there's no conceivable opening that you see in the other way.
Of course there is.
Guys, I can crawl through this.
You're the
I can
smallest
No,
totally crawl
I think
through
we should
this.
go
I
like
got
single
this.
file. Like we'll be
Yeah,
right
like
behind
go
you.
behind me. That's fine, but I've got this. I can crawl
bring
through
your-
This
stuff.
should be our marching
Bring your
order.
sword.
So
I'll go
you-
first. Yeah,
Do you want
totally.
to go
I'll go
next? I'll go next, and Brian, do you want to
Why
go
am I
last?
last? All right, I'll go last. Sure.
Yeah.
Do you,
Okay,
do you
so-
want to go last?
Go.
Okay, you can go. You can go after John. And I'll go
Okay.
last.
Tracy, you start crawling
Okay.
in,
Do you want to go?
I don't care.
and
Guys, stop arguing. I'm crawling in.
Trevor's behind, and then John, and then Brian.
Yeah, that works.
Tracy, you're crawling through, and you see little beams of light that kind of shift through and the
Okay.
mess, and then it starts to get tight.
Okay.
Something shifts in the pile, and you're getting compressed a little bit, and you're moving through, and you're all slowly moving through, and Tracy's sort of carving a path through it, and then light cuts through, and you see a hole in the middle, and there's looks like a table, and the skull is on the other side of the table. But it's on a table that you know exactly what's on this table.
Okay.
And it's stored in the tech hallway. It's the saw.
Oof.
And you look at it, and it's almost like watching it, it reacts to you. You make eye contact with it, and you hear, and it turns on. And as it turns on, all of you guys start to feel the pile shift a little bit, and it's squeezing all of you a little tighter.
Yeah, it's not good.
Can we get through and stand up near
can
the saw?
Can I get to the skull without getting hit by the saw?
No.
But
Tracy-
I'm gonna have to pull.
course.
it.
Tracy, one of your strengths is that you tend to be a good organizer. Mm-hmm. And you realize that this saw is moving in a pattern that you fucking hate. You've done enough escape rooms that this thing is spelling out Morse code.
Oh crap! I hate Morse code.
I know Morse code.
Code.
You could talk back
I
to
legitimately
Jonathan,
do know Morse code.
and it says 5 seconds on, 8 seconds off.
So I've got 8 seconds.
You realize that you have about 8 seconds to get to a safe spot, and these walls are getting tight. And you're going to be able to reach in and grab this thing.
But I'm gonna have 5 seconds to do it. 8 seconds to do it.
You have 8 seconds to do it. But Tracy,
I have to pull a brick.
you're not comfortable.
Or
You
No.
don't like closed spaces.
No.
And that sound hits your ears again, and you know that as this thing is getting tighter, you're gonna have to pull a brick.
We can't all push
Okay,
through.
so
no, it's too
this
tight.
thing is
where
looking really
none of us
freaking
are
unstable.
small
If
enough.
I try pulling a brick, can I change my mind and take a shot?
No. This is one of the final pieces. Now, you can purposely knock over the tower.
Yeah, but then you die.
Yeah, so I might as well try. Oh god. Okay.
I would let you take a shot.
And pull a brick? You mean? Like I've got to do both?
I would let you take a shot for insight.
How would that help?
It might help.
Okay,
It might
give me a
help,
shot
it
for
might
insight.
It's
I
Give
mean,
me a shot for
it's
insight.
gotta help. It's gotta help.
Insight shot.
Yeah, I'm feeling super insightful right,
Right?
now.
You
Those different cups.
The bell.
The bell. Should I hit the bell?
ding. The
Do I
walls are
hit the
getting
bell?
tighter.
Hit the bell. Hit the bell.
I hit the bell.
It's basically
It's not a saw.
Fresh choice.
It's just a popcorn machine. But it's open and
You
that
fresh
thing is
choiced
right
it.
in the middle of the
Fresh
popcorn
choice
machine.
did.
Oh my god. So can I get to the skull?
Yep.
It was
I don't have to
basically
pull a
wish
brick?
spell.
Nope.
Okay, I pick up the skull.
The minute you do, popcorn machine turns this into a saw, but the tech hallway is back to the way it was. You guys all kind of sort of like fall to the ground and catch yourself. Everything's pushed to the side.
Let's take our lids to that freaking bathroom.
So,
All right.
yeah.
Did anybody show up when I took the skull?
Yes,
Did time stop?
it did. Time stops. You grab the skull. And you realize that Trevor talks about how he saw himself and he saw some versions of him. And you saw that John saw some other versions of him. And when you get to this point, you don't see any other versions of you. You see a room full of dead Tracys.
Ooh.
All with different injuries, all with different parts.
I never made it through.
And you see Bob Improv
You made it through because
standing
Tim,
on the other side.
Tim helped you specifically.
And he looks over at you and he says, wait. No, but. And you smile. And you say, no, but. Didn't you know the first rule of improv is yes and?
Boom.
And he reaches towards you, and you are back in reality. And you have 4 pieces.
You've got the skull.
Callie, how many?
What happened?
How many?
How many
Callie,
Tracy?
no, Tracy.
How many Tracys? How many
Okay,
Tracys?
we have the skull. There were no versions of me. Every
Oh, that's
me
dark.
was dead.
You alright? I mean, you're alive, so, you know, you got that going for you. But
Yeah, I guess.
Wait, we didn't
what did
see
you
any
see?
dead us. We saw
what did
it
you
was
alive
just
us.
dead me's, and Bob Improv was there, and he said no but, and I said yes and.
boom.
But
Suck it,
yeah, I don't think I made it through before.
You hear a crumbling sound.
We gotta get to that bathroom.
It's coming from the back of the theater.
We're gonna go
Grab
back
the
up to the
grab
attic.
the grab the
where
plastic
the green
tropes.
room is.
Can we run through and just check and see what's going on?
Yeah.
In the attic, yeah.
Yeah, let's run back to the costume loft.
Those pieces of script
Yeah.
have increased, and the back wall of the theater is starting to fall just as much as the ceiling.
That's nice.
The portion that Trevor laughed at is still holding strong, and it seems like it's the only thing keeping the theater aloft at the moment.
We need to get that.
What
last
if-
item.
We laugh at it.
That might have been a one-time thing. Also,
I mean, do we try it?
There's not a whole lot.
Think
that's
of
funny right
the
now.
best joke you've ever told in your entire life. Think about it and laugh.
Brian starts laughing maniacally. And you realize it's a very forced laugher, and it creeps you out.
And it gives me like nervous.
Like that, Trevor? Is that good?
Poopity po 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 po.
The stains are back.
Oh.
And you hear the sounds of the monkeys coming from up.
Bathroom. We gotta go to the bathroom.
Go towards the bathroom.
Grab the plastic lids, head towards the bathroom.
Oh, what if,
I
we,
needed
what,
to
if we
piss
get, what if we
anyway.
get the tubs, and we just like hopscotch over the tubs?
Yeah. Grab tubs. Do it.
Yeah,
do
grab the
do
tubs
do
and get on top of the tubs.
You run to the bathroom. You've got the tubs in your hand. You've also got the curly Q sword.
Yeah. And, well, we also have regular swords.
You also have regular swords, and you make it to the bathroom. And as you do, everybody in the theater stands up at the same time. The audience is still there, and you feel them all turn and shift and look at you as you run down that hallway. And you know they're looking at you because that wall has fallen down behind you. And you are back in the front of the lobby. And yes, Andy is outside the wall, and he is tracing little lines in the glass. Little symbols and runes.
Can we see what the symbols are?
It is the same symbols and runes that you saw up on the ceiling, but he's tracing them, and he looks at you guys and he says, no, don't finish it, no. And he's going fast, and he's run out of blood, so he takes a knife out and he cuts his own hand and starts
Maybe we're not supposed to finish
using
it.
blood to finish the wall. And you look outside, and outside is pulsing. There's no other way to describe it. The trees, the background, everything is breathing
No, I feel like we have
in and
to,
out
though.
with the
We have
force.
to,
And the
because-
door is glowing to that bathroom. Like the door has closed now, and the door is glowing to that bathroom.
Brian,
The door is glowing to the bathroom?
Yes.
Brian, I think this is you.
It has to be. But do I just open the door or...
You open the door, and it is the same long bathroom hallway. The light is still on. There's a little bit of a... You don't feel any sort of pressure because you didn't have to turn the light on.
Do we start just passing tubs and leapfrog tubs?
Absolutely. You start putting tubs on the ground, and you realize you have enough of a tub to reach all the way at the end.
Okay.
Brian, do you want to take point on this?
Yeah, this is my fear thing, so let's do it.
Brian
worries, porcelain doesn't
steps
connect
on the
electricity.
first tub, and you hear a voice that you've heard so many times before, and he goes, "Let's see this scene in 3, 2, 1." And the door slams shut behind Brian. And Brian, you're reaching forward to see if you can grab this broom, and you shrink down and down and down. And you are in the bathroom, but you are infinitesimally small. And you see the tubs in front of you, and you know that if you take a running leap and a jump, that you might be able to make it across this. But as you start to look, you realize that you shrank. But the light up top grew. And as you look up, you see that that light bulb is getting lower and lower into the water.
So basically I have...
Can we grab the door and try to pull that door open
Yes,
after
you
it
may.
slammed?
Yeah, we're
It's
not
gonna be a break.
stopping.
That's okay. Can I pull the? Can I?
Absolutely.
No, Tracy, don't bother.
Wait, I'll do it.
I'm going to tell you guys right now that that looks like one more pull, and this is going to be...
I'll do it. I will do it.
No,
If you're sure.
Brian, you have about... You can gauge about 60 seconds before this light touches.
all right.
And you
ahead.
can start running across.
Oh God, this thing is
Do I
about
have to
to go.
clarify if it's a sacrifice before?
You do have to...
I opened the door.
Trevor opens the door.
Guys, I'm really small.
Trevor opens the door
how did
and
you
he
do that?
manages to shove it open and he goes, maximum effort! And he gets in, and the minute Trevor gets in, the door slams shut behind him and it traps and pins his arm.
No, I pull the
closed.
door open. I pull the door open.
You can try to pull this door open, but Tracy, you're gonna have to make
No.
3
No.
pulls in order to pull
3
this door.
Pulls!
I'll do it. I'll do
No,
it. I got
Trace,
this.
no.
No, I'll do this.
Trace,
I'm
no.
gonna do this.
Exchange for
Tracy,
shots.
hang on.
Can any of them
Okay.
Before you do
exchange for
that,
shots?
Okay.
before you do that, Trevor's arm is caught.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's stuck in the door. I can't move it at all.
And you can't move it, but you
But the
still
light's
have-
not coming down now, right?
The light is still lowering, and you see a very small Brian on the plastic tubs.
Can
And
he
the light
grab me?
is lowering. He can grab you.
Throw me! Trevor, grab me and throw me at the broom.
Okay. Well,
Just
grab
do it.
and I'll throw
Just
you-
do
and-
it.
And I throw him.
Okay, since this is your thing, Brian, I will give you a pull in order to see if you can make it to there, or
Oh,
you can
God.
knock over the tower, and I will guarantee you a success.
Oh God.
Brian sails through the air, and
Oh,
the
geez.
electricity arches up towards him.
No.
Is that a different hand?
Is that a different
You
hand?
can use it different as
You
long
can
as
use
it's
a
one
different hand
hand.
as long as it's one at a
The
time.
electricity arches up towards him, and it touches the bottom of his feet. And Trevor says, "You can do this. You can do this." And he sails towards the air. And as he's sailing, a bolt of electricity shoots off of it, and he hears a.
Oh God.
And the electricity snags one shoelace of Brian's shoe, and instantly electrifies him. Brian falls
Oh my
to the
God.
ground, hits the lid.
Do we need an intermission here to reset the tower, or
No, while they reset the tower, Brian, time freezes,
Okay.
and you
It's okay, you
see
got
yourself with yes and. Yes, Andy. That's enough. That's
That's
enough.
enough. No more tower.
Yep.
We'll get through
Well, I
this.
can keep going.
Oh.
Keep
No,
going.
he wants a
Yeah.
shorter tower.
Oh, does he?
No, that's good. Tracy and John, if you could pull 6 bricks, please.
Okay. 1. Oops.
It's okay.
Was that 2
No,
bricks?
that doesn't count. So you
So
stop.
was that 2 bricks? Right there?
That's 2 bricks.
Okay.
You
That's
see
3. 4.
you see all the versions of you, Brian, and it is a room full of Brians, and it is 50
Okay.
or 60 of them,
Oh God.
and they are all in a
Yeah,
room, and they say, if it makes you feel any better, you got further than all of us, and all of us were too afraid to open the door, but not you, not for your friends. You open the door. And sometimes that's all it takes. You open the door. None of us were able to do that. You know what else none of us were able to do? None of us thought to ask for help. And the minute they say that, from somewhere off in the distance, you hear Trevor screaming. You hear Trevor screaming bloody murder. And Trevor, you're reaching with all of your might, and if you want to pull a couple of bricks for me, I will let you reach this broom in dramatic fashion. But I need you to pull 2 bricks for me.
Can either of those be exchanged for shots?
If the 2 of you do a shot, I will grant that as one of Trevor's brick pulls.
at
got it.
our shots, and he doesn't have to take a shot. He just does one
okay.
break.
He just
You
has one
hear
break
Trevor scream, and his arm is caught
We
in the
got
door,
this.
and you start reaching and trying to rip this door open. And you see Brian on the ground, and you think of all of the laughs that he's given you and all of the times that he's done. And Trevor, you think of the one thing that can grant you strength. You think of Brian Weissner and all of the laughs you had. You think of John and Tracy outside the door, and it's not that. You think of one word. One gigantic, pulsating word. You think of penis. And Trevor, you rip your arm off.
Oh,
The door holds your arm on, and you rip your arm off. Grab
That's
this.
a success.
Grab the broom, and the minute you grab the broom, you guys are in the lobby of the theater. And Billy goes, guys, the power just went off all around the neighborhood. I'm so sorry, but the door's fine. It's good. Tim called and said like Applebee's is like super packed. Like, do you guys want to all drive together? Do you want to drive separate or?
fuck you!
All
Oh, all right,
Dude.
out of character. Jeez.
No, it's not.
It really
I'm
is.
not gonna believe what just happened, dude.
Okay,
Is
let me go get the car. Brian's there.
Where's Brian?
Brian's here.
Brian's there. He's standing with you guys. And
Why am I not
and
dead?
The four of you remember.
Does Brian remember?
Brian remembers. Billy goes and gets the car.
How's the weather?
It's stormy.
Group hug. Cause I'm fucked up right now.
And Billy pulls up the car, and you guys all have a moment of silence where you all sort of look at each other.
Do we have ones on our faces?
You don't have ones on your faces, and you all look at each other.
We should all go get swords.
It's gonna write this moment of our lives.
Billy pulls up in the van, and you all have a moment where you realize, was that a dream? Was that just one big group mind? Like, did we write a story together? But no, you remember it. Brian, you remember facing one of the darkest moments of your life and going, I'm not gonna not open the door. Trevor, you remember ripping your damn arm off. Tracy, you remember looking at the face of adversity, being able to crawl through that tight space and go, you know what? Yes, and. Jonathan, you remember
I was also there.
Jonathan, you remember tapping into skills that you haven't tapped into in forever, and being the action hero that you have always wanted to be, and showing to all of us the skills that you have that you haven't been able to display in a way that makes everybody look at you differently. And all of you look at each other and realize that you've gone through something different and strange and wonderful. And the car pulls up, and you lock
Guys,
the theater.
do we get in?
Wait. I run back into the theater and get the picture of Bob.
It's there.
Does it look the same?
The glass is cracked.
Can we
Was it
burn
on the ground or
It was.
like it had fallen in some sort of tremor?
Correct.
and been put back up again?
Or no, it was on the ground.
Oh,
It's
it's still
on the
on the
ground.
ground.
Yeah.
The glass is a little cracked.
What about? Should
Um,
we burn that? Should we break?
I
that?
know where the matches are held backstage. And I grab a packet of matches and I go out the side door. And I'm assuming you guys are following.
Oh
Yes.
God, yeah. We don't
Yeah.
separate at this point. We are all like inseparable right
We
now.
go out into the side parking lot. I light a match.
And Billy just watches from the car.
I go, fuck this guy. Oh, and I wipe the fucking makeup off and I flick the match onto the picture.
The fire burns, even in the cold night air. Even with the rain pouring, for some reason that picture burns. Hot
And we gotta delete that Facebook.
and light. And
One step at a time.
Billy honks the horn. Says, "You guys ready to go to Applebee's?"
We wave.
You guys get in the car.
Oh,
No,
You don't get in the car?
hang on. I mean,
what about the attic? Should we go look up in the attic and see?
I think everything
Yeah,
is
I feel like
it's
everything's
done.
back to normal.
Do you want to run back and check?
Yeah, let's try. Let's
go
go back.
Let's go together.
We all run back into
We
the
run
pit
back
together.
I don't trust
Billy's
this
like,
fucking
what
place.
is going on?
No, it's as you left it.
It's normal?
It's normal.
Like
There's
it's
nothing
normal.
different.
Okay.
Okay, I start.
I hug everyone. Like,
Yeah, group hug.
Yeah.
individually, as a group. I'm shaking.
You're better.
Let's-
You're different. And nobody else will understand, but you will.
Guys, I guess let's go to dinner?
Yeah.
Who wants beer cheese
Beer
pretzels?
cheese pretzels.
Beer cheese pretzels.
Beer, cheese, pretzels. And you get in the car and you buckle your seatbelts and Billy goes, so are you guys okay? Everybody seems a little shaky.
As we get in and we start pulling away, I say, "Dude, have I got a story for you?"
And Billy laughs and he doesn't stop. He keeps laughing. And he pulls a circle,
Ah, fuck.
pulls up to the theater, turns around, and you see the name tag that says, "Yes, Andy."
I knew we
And the
should've
radio
done this.
clicks on, and it sings, "I would walk 500 miles and
I would walk 500 more.
All right, kids,
Cleveland,
let's call this intermission. Who's ready for Act 2? And the doors to the theater open, and that's where we're going to leave everybody tonight.
Oh, crap.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
It's not over?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the very first episode.
Save us!
Drunk,
Fuck
No,
this!
give me that.
Give me
No,
another
give me
one.
that fucking thing.
give it to Drunk in Discord.
I was
Hope you had
cut
a
off.
good time this
Give one
evening.
to Billy. Give one to Billy. He
We
deserves
hope
one.
you had a very good time this evening. I know I certainly had a good time this evening.
I've been cut off. So
The Plaster
The other
Dragon.
one.
The Plaster Dragon is all about telling stories with friends, and this last toast is always going to go to you, the players. Last toast is always going to go to you,
Here,
the players.
you can pour.
And I love you guys.
I'm just
Thank
seeing how
you
many
so
pools
much for
this baby
tuning
had.
in. Please follow us on Twitch, on Twitter, on Facebook. Listen to some of the other amazing shows that we have that we are live streaming. No, don't. No.
Okay,
Just cut off.
okay.
No.
But thank you so much for tuning in.
Do we want
and
to hop into the voice chat and just pull the microphone up on the stage?
We will
Sure,
hop into the voice
why
chat.
not?
Please
We'll hop
keep
into
talking
voice
to
chat.
us.
Voice podcast chat thing.
If you have suggestions for a fun story or the next world you would like to see some of these players enter in for the next Drunk In,
Also, Dread.
We drank all of
that's
this.
all
That was us.
they drank.
This
I
was
had-
This
full.
was
Oh, hang
full.
on a minute. Wait. Are you ready?
yes.
Then we can officially say we've gotten to there.
Also,
All right, we got
we'll
to
see
there.
you in the voice chat. Thank you for tuning in to the Plaster Dragon. And
what are our numbers?
we'll see
I have
you
no
very
idea.
soon.
What?
Yay!
How many